Cena, look at me right now. I don't f***ing see you. Okay? You are invisible. You're invisible. You blame us for all the failures that you've had, and I hope you lose at Mania. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Beard Bros Breakdown Podcast. My name is RedBeard, and obviously joining me, my co-host Krodok. Today, we have a very special episode. We're going to be reviewing the nominees for the WWE 2025 Slammy Awards. For those who don't know, the Slammy Awards are pretty much their version of the Grammys or even the Emmys, but it's nominations for superstars who are breakout superstar of the year, social star of the year, the greatest match of the year, what have you. But before we get into that, of course we do this every time, but how has your week been, man?
Well, it's actually, it's been a really good week, you know? It was a great weekend. I had a great time leading up to this. It was just a natural week, you know? It was
Also, before he continues.
It happened. Of course, I was asleep when it happened, man.
I was going to say, before he announces what happened, if you notice on the screen for viewers, he's got a new PNG. Do you want to explain it? Because if people don't understand what the hell this thing is.
Oh, okay. So basically, it is my character from Monster Hunter Wilds, which I love. So I was like, yeah, I don't like showing my face. And I was like, well, I still want to move somewhat, like show when I'm talking, when I'm not. So I did this. Pretty simple, pretty easy. There we go.
Yep, it looks like he's waving at you every time he speaks and even laughs, and I think it looks super cool. It can tell when you're speaking. It also adds a layer of depth that is just not me on here, and you're just a PNG that doesn't move. Really helps. It's really cool. This is pretty much, we don't see his face, so this is what he would look like in his probably fantasy way. But yeah. Anyways, if you would like to continue your excitement, what is brewing within you, because we're recording this on a Wednesday, and this is when Nintendo Direct has happened, and he's about to tell you what happened.
Yeah, so, I was like, Nintendo Switch Direct 2 is tomorrow. I'm just gonna, I stayed up late. I slept in, really late until, noon my time. And by then, it already happened. So I wake up, I see a Discord message from you saying, oh, you got it, dude. I have something to tell you. And I'm like, okay. But before I answer you, I go check my Discord. I see someone else talking about something, and I'm like, okay. I look it up on YouTube, and holy fucking shit, it happened. It's here! It's here! Silksong, mate! It's fucking Silksong! It's coming in 2025, allegedly! I hope so! Let's go! That's right, Silksong before GTA 6! Fuck you! Oh yeah!
Which is crazy, is your mic is peaking right now, but what he's saying is Silksong has been announced or shown in a 5-second teaser. But yeah, it actually was crazy that they snuck it in there, because I didn't believe it, because people were talking about it yesterday, which was April Fool's Day, and a lot of people there was a lot going out yesterday of like, oh, GTA 6 trailer just dropped, oh, this just dropped, or this game just dropped, and then people were joking about it, and Silksong actually got snuck into I guess it was like a section. I didn't watch the whole thing, of upcoming games of 2025. So I'm guessing that's what happened, and it's there, and it shows gameplay, but it's like 5 seconds. I don't know why. I honestly, probably, if it were me, I would have gave it a big announcement to break the internet. But that little bit just being there, I'm sure a lot of people were like, "Oh, what the fuck? It's here! It's happening!"
Funnier this way.
Yeah, it's like y'all have been asking for it. Here it is, but you're not going to get a big announcement for it. Here it is.
I kind of like that, I kind of just want them to shadow drop the game whenever it's time for it to come out. I don't want to hear nothing. I just hope they just don't release a single trailer or any piece of news. Some random day this year, shadow drops.
Well, even so, you don't really like to view trailers anyway, because like you like to,
True.
like the Subnautica 2 trailer you didn't even watch. You knew it was announced, but you haven't even touched it because you like to be me. It's hard for me to do that. Like sometimes I can ignore trailers, but like when Spider-Man 2 was coming out, like, you know, I obviously wanted to see something because we saw the teaser in 2020 or 2020 and or no 2021, and then nothing happened for like 2 years, and then finally they start dropping shit the year that it was supposed to come out, and I was like, I have to. I'm so enthralled. But most of the time, yeah, I'm the same way. I just ignore everything, and I'm like, oh, this game's cool. I'll get it.
Yeah, it's just like it's a thing for me like where if I see too much of a game in a trailer, I don't know why, but I'm kind of really good at like predicting stories and stuff. So when I see a trailer, I'm like, oh, now I already know what's gonna happen. I know like every single moment because I think trailers nowadays just show way too much, which I guess a trailer should to show what you're getting when you buy it. But at the same time, I just want it to be like a surprise. I don't want like scenes from the game or like bosses from the game to be shown in the trailer.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
God of
that's
War
just me.
Ragnarok spoiled many things except for like the twist endings and stuff. Like the reveal of Tyr was in the trailer, and I wish they didn't have that.
It was? Damn.
But yeah, it was in the trailer. Even though like it made it clear that we were going to go try to find him, but I wish they, because like it could have been anybody in the trailer. Even though in the trailer you hear Atreus go Tyr, and then he stands up big and tall. It would have been cool if like that was a reveal, like you want to guess who that is, but it made it clear that it was him. But it really only like showed like fighting scenes after that and stuff, like cool things and concepts. But yeah, it's just that it's also Sony, and they like to show some things happening. Like they showed a lot for the trailers of like they for the Spider-Man 2 trailer, they legitimately showed us the symbiote right there in the trailer. Instead of making us a surprise, they gave it to us right there. But they did that for a reason because that game was being hyped up all year, so it got, traction, but
Yeah,
sometimes
that
those
one
kind of
pissed me off
decisions I
'cause that was
hate.
the first trailer too.
Yeah, those decisions I kind of don't like that, but it's like sometimes they're like we got to pull you in because pretty much Venom is our, going to be the show stealer, even though playing the game, it's kind of like the opposite now because the people like were mad how much less time. But
Yeah.
Silksong is coming out, and it's coming out this year, which is like literally crazy because like now you're like I'm not saying they shouldn't, but like there's some games coming out this year. Dude, I don't know if the rumors are true, but
This year
because
was crazy for
but
games.
because of the GTA 6 stuff, some I've heard some devs have pulled out and delayed games. I don't think that's true. I think some people are trying to spread like fake rumors of like people are scared of Rockstar. Now I know some game like small game development developers may be scared because they've seen how things steal the spotlight and they potentially could, but I still believe that Silk Song is going to get its big break. It's definitely seems like it's going to release near the end of the year since there's no official date. It just says 2025,
Yeah.
but it definitely will come out this year. Fall seems like it could be the kind of case for it. But even so, people can enjoy the best of both worlds, GTA and that. I know you'll be enjoying Silk
Yeah.
Song because you're not a big fan of GTA as the video game tier list, shows, but yeah, but I know you're excited for that. I was like, I saw it and I was like, you're the first person I thought of because I know some people who play it, but I was like, you're the first person I thought of. I was like, well, he's gonna be happy.
Yeah. I mean, li- I'm not gonna lie. I play Hollow Knight like every few days. Like I love Hollow Knight so
You
much.
do,
I've
yeah.
practiced speedrun routes. I've played mods. I've played randomizers. I've freaking done everything you can do in Hollow Knight multiple times. I have over 100 hours in Hollow Knight, a single player game that honestly is not that long if you try to beat it, just like going full like that. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you,
crazy, man.
the reaction that for that is the reaction I had for pretty much God of War 18 or even that whole year was crazy because we had God of War come back and Red Dead. So like those wave of
Yeah,
emotions and then like nearly a decade for y'all to be waiting. So like nearly a decade on games like with GTA 6 is the same way because like yeah, GTA is it's an open world crime simulator, but because I've grown up so much playing it, which I shouldn't have, but you know, that feeling people have been talking about it for so damn long. Where's the game? Where's the game? And they finally drop a trailer, and you're like, "We're holy shit, we're here." So but well, I guess we can
Yeah,
segue or go if you want to have any more remarks before we segue into our wrestling.
I do. I just like Silksong. I don't. It genuinely blows my mind that they just do like a little casual reveal like that, but I love it so much. It seems like such a Team Cherry thing to do, and because the guys who work at Team Cherry, there's like two main guys, right? And they're really funny. They fucking troll people all the time and stuff. So it's funny that that's how they reveal it. And if it really does come out in 2025, this might be my like it's gonna top Wild easily for me. And it's like gonna be my game of
You're
the
gonna be
year.
busy, man. You're
Also,
gonna really be busy. Like
yeah,
it'd be
it's
crazy.
like
I honestly could
year.
see it as a contender, like for game of the year, because like I don't
Oh,
know
it
if it's
will be.
ever been nominated, but or it has if it has been in the past. It sucks to say, like I know all these people are gonna go for GTA. I'm not saying that it could win it because GTA's really haven't won. I don't think they've won a single game of the year. I don't know if no, I don't think five did. I could be wrong. I don't think five did, but
Yeah, I don't think it
it's
did.
rare, and I don't think just because of the factor like it's finally here, it's gonna win it. But it could, given like the game awards have changed over the years. So like this could be its big break, but these games will still get to shine. You have to be
Yeah,
a different kind of player to have, GTA outshine everything. Hollow Knight will still have its big audience. Y'all been
yeah.
waiting for so long.
Hollow
So I
Knight's
mean,
audience is kind of like I don't want to say it's bigger than GTA 6's
well,
audience
it's
right
also
now,
a
but
different, yeah, it's also
I
a different
mean,
kind of atmosphere. Like you can easily go around, with a crime simulator, shooting people, doing missions and stuff. It's cool, but the way that game works and the way it like just looks cool. It's heavily animated. It's a side scroller. It's an adventure game. I've played the first one, not all the way through, but it is
you
fun.
should.
I probably should work on finishing that for sure, but it's definitely fun, and I can see that y'all deserve this. And now I don't know, is it come? Yeah, I feel like it's coming to the same consoles it's been on, so
Yeah,
it's
I mean, it's
definitely
coming to Switch too. We know
yeah,
that. So
it's probably gonna be new gen exclusive. So it's probably going to go to five, the five, the
eh,
Xbox One
nah,
S.
it'll probably go to 4 too. I'm not gonna lie.
Probably, I guess, given it can because it's animation, but we never know because it
It's
didn't.
not a hard game to
No,
run.
no. It's not hard to render since it's literally drawn animation. But
Yeah, I mean that's what it took so long, right? Like they spent eight, 8 years, eight
yeah,
years,
for those kind of games, yeah,
um, 8 years making Silksong. Well, they announced in 2018, so it's been like 7 years since we gotten like basically anything, and we get this, and I really hope that this game is ginormous. Like Hollow Knight isn't like a big game really when you compare it to like games that are coming out now.
yeah.
Um, so I hope because of how long this took, I hope this is like way bigger. And I also hope there's just so much more to do just because I want more. I want more, But even if there isn't like a lot to do, even if it's like the same size as Hollow Knight, I know I'm still going to spend so much time on it because the way Hollow Knight is so intricately made, every like single room is like drawn. I'm pretty sure it's all like perfectly sculpted to how it's supposed to be. The world building is incredible. The lore of the Hollow Knight is so good and interesting and unique. All the bosses are so well. Okay, most of the bosses are so well designed. Almost every single enemy except Primal Aspen, fuck you, is well designed, and it's just like oh, I can't wait. Plus, in the Silksong 5 Seconds Gift, they showed something that's wild. They showed fucking slopes. Slopes. That's crazy. I can't wait to see what slopes are like in fucking Hollow Knight. In my Hollow Knight, there's slopes. Let's go. Anyway,
Right.
let's move on.
Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and get into the wrestling news. We don't have much. We're gonna like shorten them because I know we're about to get into some wrestling. Talk about the nominations, but
Yeah.
pretty much this last week. On SmackDown, we had a good couple of things. Something that finally happened that I'm excited for. However, there's some mixed criticisms here. It's weird for me, but I'm also still happy. CM Punk finally is getting his main event at
Let's
WrestleMania.
go.
Now, it's a strange way to do it, but it still counts because he's been fighting for this, and people thought, and even myself, that it needed to be a title shot. I really was. He was my pick this year for the Royal Rumble. I definitely see him as a runner-up, probably for next year's, or he was a runner-up for this year and probably could be next year's winner. It's hard to tell. Like when we get to the middle of the year, that's when we'll know who our breakout star is going to be. But um, we so yeah, he's finally in the main event. He's going to be facing Seth and Roman, and in a triple threat. It was a nice. The dude literally teared up. I think that he didn't know the news beforehand because when Paul told him you're going to be main event, you're going to be closing the show at WrestleMania, that man's went out of character. Like the man started tearing up, and then of course here comes Seth
I think he's
Rollins.
just a good actor.
I honestly think he wasn't told because that man walked out like I don't know. I've never seen him really truly cry on command like that, even if it wasn't on command. I've never seen that happen. So like to me, it was just really like it felt natural to me. Um,
That's
but
how good he is, bro.
it felt really it felt really natural. But I think he was real in some regard. Like between like he was told he was
Well,
going
it's
to be able to do
obviously
it.
real in some way, but it's not
Yeah,
like he
because
didn't
he's
know.
getting to do it. But I guess being told there by Paul Heyman, who is a mentor to him, it did feel like natural and like it's like But no, a brawl didn't happen. But I mean, obviously there were some words between Seth, some words between Roman. Uh, Roman, back into his casual tribal chief. Thank me, acknowledge me,
I
and
love
then
it, man.
Punk hit us with the, but this wasn't my favor. I'm really eager to know
So
what
what
this
is
real
it?
favor is. Uh, so I don't know if they're ever going to show that until after Mania. Before it, I know the last week of Mania is going to be crazy.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, the last weeks of Mania or till Mania, we're not going to see Cena. We're going to get into that segment, but that's pretty much happened there. Ray Phoenix is debuting this week, this coming Friday. So that's been confirmed that the orange lightning vignette, we knew it was him just by like the
yeah,
outline of his
obviously.
silhouette, yeah, his mask, everything. I think my suspicions are wrong for the El Grande Americano being him. We're not going to start this. Okay, you've already given me enough. um, Regardless of who we both think it is, I thought it might have been him because we're like, oh, look at the shoes, they're orange because his colors are orange, and I think other colors, but he's been confirmed to showing up. So that's going to be really sick. I wonder who he's going to be feuding with. Can't wait to see that. I
I think
still really go ahead.
I think he's just gonna go after the U.S. title right away. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Wouldn't be hey, that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Speaking of U.S. title, I didn't have this in my notes, but I really, really see that. I really, really think that Chelsea Green's going to drop the title to Zelina at some point. I like this little
Oh,
feud
I
that's
think so
going
too.
on. Yeah, I like this little feud that's going on. I like the Green Regime, which that's the official name because I know you were calling it the secret
No,
Hervis.
also called the Secret
So
Harvest.
she's calling it, but because of the Green Regime, the secret Hervis. I mean, that's yeah. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why she's calling it a regime. Like, I don't know. It's weird. the making me look like the United States is an evil. Anyway, evil regime, dude. But I mean, she technically isn't, but like a heelish character. I mean, she is, but people are behind her, like her. But I think Zelina would definitely drop it. It might not be a Mania match. I can't tell if they're going to fill up a spot because all the Mania matches are not even done yet. They're not even fully
Yeah, no.
done.
I
They
think it'll be
still
a Mania match. It better be.
Yeah, they haven't
Otherwise, I'm
even
gonna
really.
riot.
Have they confirmed Drew's and Damien's yet?
No,
Yeah, it's not even confirmed, which I know that's going to happen. Speaking of that, yeah, Drew McIntyre is injured. I don't know how injured he is, but I don't think it's going to be like bad injured where he can't make it to Mania. But during the fight, the backstage fight between him and Damien, Damien has a spot where he throws Drew onto the windshield of a car, and in the words of Jack Perry, "Real glass, cry me a river." I think it was actual glass this time because sometimes they replace these things with fake ones. But no, he slammed him onto the damn car
I don't think it
windshield.
was supposed to break.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was supposed to be like a bounce back kind of thing, like bounce off the car. It cracked. Drew's a heavy dude. He looks like a heavy dude. Like it's crazy to see his build these days because when he debuted in 2010, when I saw him, he was a small, skinny dude. Like just that pretty much that was what it is. And now he's a big dude.
He beefy.
Yeah, he's beefy, dude. No bread, no water, just meat. Like you know what I mean? Like, but no, he slammed him hard on that damn thing. It broke. The glass cracked, broke, and then apparently glass. The way Drew landed, glass hit him in the face. I don't know how bad, but apparently I heard it got into his eye, and now they have to treat him. So
Ooh.
I don't know if he'll be on. He'll probably be off TV this Friday, or he may come in with an eye patch on because everyone's already photoshopping an eye patch onto him now, which would be cool because he can still work that angle. It's like if you can get at least the glass out, he can come out. They probably have gotten it out by now, I would assume, because the doctors definitely work fast in the WWE. But hopefully he's okay.
Yeah,
Hopefully that doesn't mess up any Damien feuds. Which again, that's not a match. I know I said once before I was excited for. Not really. I'd like for them to come full circle back to Mania though, since he technically beat Drew at Mania for the belt, but it's not the best match to be excited for. But it kind of cool that it comes full circle. I just wish their feud was like I wish they had a feud in between the Punk stuff because he did come in there and cash in, but they needed that Punk's feud stuff.
he did a feud in between the punks.
Yeah, a
So.
little bit, yeah, because the Judgment Day, yeah, that made sense. Um, and then interestingly enough, some fan predictions are coming true. Randy admits to coming after Cody's title. I remember bits and pieces
Hell
of that.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember bits and pieces of that promo, but it's very clear that that's something he's after, whether or not Cody has it. But if Cody does have it, he's still going to go all out and, you know, do his best to win. Of course, it
The only
makes
thing
me.
I remember, sorry, you go.
No, go ahead.
The only thing I remember from that promo is the crowd chanting RKO.
Yeah, they're hoping he gets back into his heel side, which I think after he beats Kevin Owens he might, because we're obviously going to see a punt kick from him at Mania, and that's heel Orton. Heel Orton has been the main person to use that. Now, also Vengeance Orton has done that too. Like Orton, who is a face, but he's also like trying to get his anger out on everybody, revenge. He's used it as well, but mainly heel Orton is what you know debuted the punt. So seeing that could closely bring him into that. Now it's also making me wonder right now of like he's facing Cody for that. Now I'm wondering what the result at Mania will be with Cody versus Cena.
It'll be Cena.
And I can lead us into that. The Cody Cena promo part 3 did so much better this time.
Oh, dude,
Cena,
because they actually started shitting on each other, man.
dude, Cena had Cody tried to stand so firm. Cody tried not to take any of his shit. Uh Cena went all out on him, and my favorite line from that entire promo is when Cena says, "I build empires for billionaires. You just steal money from their kids."
It
and
went so
I said,
hard.
and I said, dude, that shit cooked Cody. Now there's a division. People say Cody cooked Cena, and yes,
It's
Cena
split.
left, or Cody left Cena, on the ground at the end. He hit him with a crossroads. Um, For that right
That's
there,
Cena won.
for that solidifies that Cena's going to probably win a Mania, given that he's on the ground defeated, and you're not going to see him for another 3 weeks until Mania.
Yeah.
I it's hard to like follow these patterns because people have seen this before. Like, oh, if he wins this night, he's definitely losing. Because what someone told me, or not told me, but like people would think they find a pattern that Triple H has done, even though like it's not always accurate. Because sometimes they'll say, oh, if they like they were doing like if Cody and or no, if Roman and Rock won the tag match, which they did, then Cody wins the belt. If Cody and Seth beat them, then Cody loses. And well, that happened. You can't do that every time because your scenarios can be flip flopped. Because they're not going to always do that. Because I also think here to myself like, oh, if Jay beats Gunther, maybe Tiffany loses to Charlotte. Which at this point, I think Tiffany's going to lose to Charlotte, and only because
No.
I don't know where for some reason, and I hate to say it, it feels like things are starting to set up for a Becky return because I don't see any. I know Becky was on Raw, but also she's technically a
No.
free agent right now, so she can go anywhere. I don't see anyone else feuding with Charlotte after this shit. If Charlotte loses, she just leaves. She'll probably just be off TV. If Tiffany wins, you have no feud right now. Nobody's eyeing Tiffany up but Charlotte. There's nothing there's nothing set up for these two. Like, yeah, you got Nia, but do you really want to see Nia again? We had to deal with her and Nia for 8 months
Oh.
while she had the Money in the Bank briefcase. So all I can think of is Charlotte is going to win, and there's going to be someone's going to return, or Alexa's going to get involved because we still haven't seen Alexa have a big storyline yet. I wouldn't
He
be.
didn't come until after Mania.
I would. Yeah, I would be okay with that if like it was an Alexa kind of Charlotte thing. But I have a feeling like Becky has been radio silent. Um, yeah. Also,
You suck.
me?
Yeah,
Why?
you suck. Your ideas suck.
What? Me, her winning? I don't think it's an idea. I think I just feel like it's going to happen. Because
Well,
I
you're
don't.
wrong. I hate it.
First of all, you complimented my Rock is using Cena shit. Okay, in the
Okay, that's
SummerSlam, but I still think that may. I don't know if that is going to
okay.
happen now.
Wait half a day, okay?
I don't work for them. I promise. I told you this. I just don't know. Like I'm trying to look into the mind of like because they always watch the fan interaction and it's like they don't want Charlotte, but I feel like they're gonna get it because I don't know anything's gonna happen after if Tiffany wins. So we'll just have to see. We're very close to Mania. It needs to hurry up and get here. Well, by we have after this week we have literally one more week. We have this next week which is the 10th. Yeah, this next week's the 10th, and then yeah, so pretty much we have like after this week 2 weeks until Mania. So we need to hurry the
Yeah.
hell up because I'm ready to see what the hell goes on. Um, Gunther killed Jimmy. Um, yeah,
Murder. It was actual murder.
Gunther murdered Jimmy while Jay is fucking handcuffed. Now, what's funny here is like all the big shit's happening 2 weeks before Mania. They had all those 2 week like literally the same pattern with Jay and Gunther. The same shit going on. Jay is doing a match. Gunther comes out, chokes him. Gunther, sideswipes him or sneaks up on him and attacks him. Cena and Cody. Cena doesn't say shit. Cena leaves. Cody says everything, and then the last week, this week, big shit happens for both of them. So I'm hoping this week something big happens for Tiffany and Charlotte to make me want to know that Tiffany will win. It's like I feel like they're in that point where like, all right, we're at the 2 week mark. We got to do something big here, and they did. They made Gunther scary. Like Gunther's done some shit, but he brought blood to Jimmy while Jay is handcuffed to the damn ropes. Like this is going beyond Gunther's character. Like I've never seen him do this before. Like he'll do anything he can to win and show him intimidation. But like, where was this at between him and Damien? Like, dude was scared of Damien. and,
You're a
and
bitch.
and and
Don't
now
do
all of
that.
a sudden, like I get it because like he's beaten Jay before, but he's also beaten Damien. So I don't get where that angle was. We're like, hey, let's make Gunther look weak, but now make him stronger. And now Jay's looking weak because they've made Jay strong for the last 2 weeks, squashing people he didn't need to squash. So now it's like up in the air, but I still think with this angle, Jay's still going to win. No shit.
Yeah.
But with Tiffany and Charlotte, I need to see this Friday to even understand. So we have no
Yeah.
fucking clue.
I think. Fuck, when you forget a thought you had. Shit. Okay, wait, I remember. Okay. This is why you don't announce who the Royal Rumble winner is facing a week after the Royal Rumble.
Or during it, because
You know?
Cody pointed right at Roman. Even though that worked out,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's like they used to wait a bit. They used to like some of them used to wait till around Elimination Chamber, like for the suspense to wonder because the Elimination Chamber person has to choose someone, or no, they choose the last person, but
Mm-hmm.
they're used to like make it suspenseful, and they were like, you can choose them, and they were like, no, and they're like, man, but they get upset about it, but yeah, it's like right after, but everyone knew it was so predictable. Like, yeah, Jay's going for Gunther again. Jay's not going to go for Cody.
I thought he was going for Cody. Thought it would have
Yeah,
been better. But now
but
that John Cena is going
With Cena
after
so
it.
heavily involved, I was like,
I mean, I
yeah,
wasn't expecting Cena to turn heel. Otherwise, I would have gone with Cody.
no, yeah. And also I was like, well, Cena can win it at Elimination Chamber, but like I didn't think it was going to be that kind of way, and I just didn't think it there. But then when Rock was like, and I was like, what? And yeah, now my feelings are changed about my hero. And you know what? I kind of want you to leave. Fuck you. Okay, how about that, Cena? You know what? Look at me, Cena. Cena, look at me right now. I don't fucking see you. Okay? You are invisible. You're invisible. I don't fucking see you. I don't see the person that I grew up with running down the ramp anymore, wearing bright colors, throwing hats to the stands, throwing shirts. I see a fucking monster. You're a monster, dude. You don't love us. You blame us for all the failures that you've had. You blame us for fucking every single thing, man. Well, you know what? You are about to get your ass. That's why you got your ass beat by Cody Rhodes. You're the person who you tried to teach the ropes, and now he's you. He is you. He's the new John Cena. You are the old John Cena. You're not even the same John Cena. So fuck you. Fucking destroyed the wrestling, and I hope you lose at Mania, but you're probably gonna win anyway. But I hope when you win that somebody fucking takes that belt right off of you. So fuck you, Cena. Fuck you, Cena.
How
Anyways,
for you? Disrespect the greatest of all
I don't
time.
want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
John
I
Cena. How dare you
I don't want to hear it.
disrespect the guy who took everybody's shit for 20 years?
Everybody's shit. Everybody's shit. No, we cheered for him. We cried for him. We wanted him to win the Rumble, and people took that away, and he blamed us for it. He can fuck himself.
It was your guys' fault, okay? It was the
Oh,
fans'
right.
fault.
Our
Because
fault.
for
It was
years,
our
they
fault.
pushed Cena to be what they wanted him to be. What if
Yeah.
Cena didn't want to be that, okay?
We've wanted
Every
Cena to
single time
be
Cena would do anything, just complaint after
right.
complaint after complaint after complaint. But
Delusions.
no,
Delusions. We've wanted Cena to be heel for so long, and this is how he does it. He blames us for it. Okay, buddy. All right. You ain't getting
because
17. You're gonna
it's
stay there.
right, though.
You're gonna stay there. Flair's gonna keep that record. You know what? You're both tied, but Flair's fucking better. He was such a better heel. Woo, bitch. Anyways, let's move on. You want to talk about your boy Penn Balor?
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations,
I
huh?
don't know why they're. Okay, so Finn Balor, he won. That's cool, right? But uh why? Everybody knows he's not gonna win anything. Everybody knows he's gonna get pinned in his next match. Like, why give Finn Balor's fans the false hope they want, man? Like, it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. The push isn't here. The push is never gonna be here. So don't get your hopes up because it's
Biggest
not
Penn Balor
happening.
hater. Biggest Penn Balor hater of the channel. So yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, he did it, but like, at what cost? You're not winning at Mania. Dom's winning at Mania.
Exactly.
If this match is made, this fatal 4-way that needs to happen, give it to Dom.
Yes, that's my goat right there, okay? Dominic Mysterio. Let me tell you a little about Dominic Mysterio, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
Best heel in the entire business right now. Easily, well, second best heel in the entire business right now.
Oh, who's your
Best
number
heel,
one?
though, John Cena.
Of course he is.
John Cena is a better heel. I mean, he's getting the biggest reactions, but then it's Dominic Mysterio. Once John Cena's gone, then it's Dominic Mysterio again. But Dominic Mysterio, he is a goat. Do you see that beautiful, beautiful stash that he has? Okay,
I
he is Latino
I
heat.
was basing
He
it
is
off of
the
his
embodiment of Eddie Guerrero.
basing it off of his heel work, but mustaches pop off.
Hell yeah. And also, he's one of his fucking promos, he can play the crowd so well. He knows exactly what to do to get people to hate him. At one point, he was the most booed heel of like
He
all
doesn't have to
time.
do anything though. He literally just stands there and they're booing him as soon as he like breathes into the mic.
Because they don't understand the greatness that is Dom Mysterio. They don't see it. They're blind. They're
Uh,
blind to reality.
he he's a piece of shit. Ray's better.
Oh, dare you!
Here's the thing though. So you call Rey Mysterio a deadbeat, bro? Rey Mysterio is a great father. He's a good man. He cares about
What's
his
your
son.
words?
He cares about his son, and his son betrayed him. I can't believe it. It's crazy. You kicked Edge in the nuts, or
Behind the scenes.
Adam.
You know what his father did to him. His father left every single week to go wrestle and left him all by himself. He's a deadbeat.
He was wrestling for his family. What do you mean he's a deadbeat? He was wrestling for his family. He's putting food on the table, sir.
Oh, please. Get
You're
that shit out.
delusional. Anyways, New Catch Republic is back. Yeah.
Why did you do that? Why?
Why did I do what?
New Catch Republic. Why? Why?
I don't know.
They put them
Well,
up against the New Day. The two tag teams that really can't lose right now.
yeah, I don't know what they're doing with the New Day, and I don't really care because like I'm starting to lose interest, and I get so mad every time I hear their theme song. Like I'm the New
Me
Day.
too.
Like I literally don't care about it. Please fire WWE. Please fucking fire Def Rebel. Please get them off. I get it. They've made bangers like Head of the Table and fucking like Karrion Kross's theme. Cool, but like he doesn't even use it anymore, dude. What are they doing? Do they know they literally, dude? Social media is everywhere. They know we're pissed off that their music is ass right now, and they're still making it. Their contract is up this year. I don't know if it's been renewed, but stop. I'm so tired of their shit, dude. Like wrestlers are going back to old themes. That's how bad it is, and I'm glad. But damn it, dude. Why can't you make something good anymore? If you can make Roman Reigns, I get it. They probably had to spend days and hours on that theme because there's a fucking choir in that theme. I'm pretty sure they had the damn whole studio set up, but now it sounds like they're just making generic ass beats and stuff now, and it's not even like I'm sorry to I apologize to the artists who rap on these beats. You probably are talented, but these are not good songs, dude. I'm sorry. Finn Balor lasted probably 2 weeks with his new theme that he debuted at the Royal Rumble, and then went right back to his fucking Judgment Day shit. And then the Judgment Day song, what the fuck? The other side, why? Why can't you pay for it, WWE? Why can't you use it? You're billions of dollars. I don't know. These decisions in the music is stupid. And then they claim that the wrestlers choose them. They probably do, but you can't tell me that some of them go out there and think my old theme was better. Even though AJ Styles was like he wanted to piss people off with that theme, it was bad for a reason. But I'm glad he went back to the other one. So, Deferville, please get fired.
Yeah, let me just list off a few new themes that are so ass that I can't even remember what they sound like.
Go ahead.
New Day's new theme, Judgment Day's new theme, Street Profits new theme, New Catch Republic's new theme. Yeah, that's all I
So
got.
many.
I'm
There's
be
so
honest.
many. I mean, Sheamus's theme is kind of growing on me. I mean, it's based on his. It is still
I
based on
want
his character,
Lobster
but
Head.
lobster head and too many limes. I knew that wasn't going to last for a very. Yeah, they were just like, hey, let's give them 2 weeks of it and then take it away.
Yeah, we can't even
Yeah.
make a funny joke out of this theme. It's so bad.
No, man, lobster head is the best damn thing. But
Lobster Head.
yeah. Um. So we can move into NXT. A lot of things happen, and some things questionably happen. But um, Ricky Saints dethrones Sean Spears. I really was
Yep.
thinking that reign was going to go longer than it did, but
Nope, 2 weeks.
yeah, I'm starting to understand that the NA champion. No, what was it? The NXT? No, North American
North
Championship
American.
is starting to be short reigns, except for Fallon Henley's, which was longer. Or was it Fallon Henley? I'm right.
This was like 2 months, so
Yeah, some of these championships are like from the recent years in NXT. I think the longest NXT champion. It's between like Ilya Dragunov's. His was long, but like recently, I can't remember whose was the longest in like the last 2 years.
on Roxanne.
Oban Roxanne. Well, he has. How long has Obafemi had it?
Well, no, I'm talking about his North American title reign. That should
Oh
went
yeah,
on
that's the
like a
long. Yeah,
year.
that's the longest reign. But between the NXT Men's Championship, though, yeah, NXT Women's is definitely Roxanne. Current
Mhm.
for NXT Men's, I feel like Dragunov held it for so long, but I know because Braun held it right too. Braun held it for a very long
Yeah.
time. Braun held it for a very long time because he lost it to Ilya, and then Trick beat Ilya. So it's like, yeah, they're being shorter, but I think they're trying to give all these people a chance. But um,
Mhm.
that's I didn't know he was because remember Ethan Page got it quick too. Like Trick had it for 2 months. Ethan Page came in and swept it up. So I feel like that's something they're doing. They're giving these new guys a chance to hold it for a little bit. I think it's kind of weird though. Like I would have loved a longer reign with Sean Spears because right now he's going crazy over in NXT. But maybe there's something they're setting up for a stand and deliver match for Ricky Saints probably and Sean Spears or even somebody else who may want it. But
Yeah, the longest champion recently is Braun Breaker, who held it
yeah,
for 362 days.
okay. So yeah. Hmm. Um, a decision that was made in NXT, forcing Stephanie Vaquer to relinquish the North American Women's Championship. And it's going to be defended. I believe it was said it was going to be defended in a tournament, so it's vacant now.
Ladder match. It'll be a
Ladder
ladder
match. Okay.
match.
Which is very weird to me, given that like the excuses I see people making is like there's such a stacked roster that there's no reason to have someone with a double belt. Even though we had that for 4 years with Roman, but then I feel like there's some last minute decision thinking where it's like we don't need this again right now since we just like NXT and Raw and SmackDown two two different like those are three different brands, but there is a limitation to some of the stuff because people thinking she was going to have to defend both titles every week because it's technically not a belt that's the same because the WWE the SmackDown the men's championship, well, I think that was just called the Universal, and the WWE championship were like pretty much practically able to be unified well. You can't you can they've unified the North American and the NXT before because Keith Lee has held it. Um, I think someone else has, but like Stephanie is the first, but she's not holding it now, which is weird. So I don't even know who's going to be in that ladder match. I don't know if it's going to go to Jordan
We have two
Grace.
confirmed people already.
I honestly feel like it could go to Jordan Grace. Honestly, she's the next rising star in there.
No, they won't go to her because she's feuding with Stephanie for the main for like
Yeah,
the women's title. So that'll be the match at Stand Deliver. Then they'll have the ladder match for the NXT title, sorry, the North American title, and the two confirmed entrants right now are Kalani Jordan and Zarya. So it'll
Oh,
probably go to Zarya.
well, that or if Jada Parker gets added because she's being eyed up
She's also
as
feuding for the main title.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it could be tricky of how it can go, but we'll have to see on that because it's very weird. But I know there's a reason why they unified that last minute because Julia is still injured and was injured.
Mm-hmm.
They could have still, I just guess, because that feud was there, they wanted because also I think it also helped them showed how strong and like how hardworking Stephanie Vaquer is because she's held multiple belts before in the Indies and AEW, like a lot of places she's been in. So yeah, it's deserved for sure. So, but they're gonna probably figure something out, and it could be Zarya. Even I could see that, but um, let's talk
I,
about.
I think,
Oh, go ahead.
I think, I think. I mean, the whole thing that happened was originally they were obviously planning to have it be Stephanie versus Juliet stand and deliver. And then Julia got hurt, and they're like, okay, well, she's not going to make it to stand and deliver. Let's do this match as soon as possible. And let's
Right,
just do it for both belts so we can get the belt off her. And then they were like, okay, none of the belts off her. Now we're just going to relinquish this so it can actually go to someone else. And they kind of just, yeah, it
right,
was a panic button.
yeah. Well, let's talk about Dark State, the new secret, weird kind of dark faction. They're causing trouble. I don't know which much they're doing. They've shown their faces. I don't know who these dudes are. These are like new people.
Well, yeah, they're all like new like people to NXT, I'm pretty sure. But Tony D'Angelo and the family did like a whole thing like introducing them where they were like going through their files and saying their names and saying like how they act and everything and like who the leader was of them and like
Okay.
who's the intelligent one, stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember stuff like this happening with like factions coming in that are random. Nothing will ever top the Nexus debut back in 2010. Like these 8 dudes came in from NXT and just terrorized the ring, terrorized John Cena, beat him up, just insane stuff. And then we had Retribution in the pandemic era, which was 2020. They came through, but it was different because they were doing this in front of a no crowd thing. So they were just tearing up the ring in front of like probably like 20 people because they would have people out there watching. They even have like upcoming superstars out there. Like there was one, I think there's one before Katana Chance and Caden Carter made their like big break. There would be like points during that time you could see them reacting behind like there was glass that would divide the wrestlers and the people watching, you could see them back there. Like they would have people watching, but during this time before people were watching, you had Retribution come in, and it wasn't really like because there was a lot they could do in pandemic since there was no audience and you could edit stuff. It really wasn't impactful because they came in destroying a ring in front of nobody. It was nothing. It was kind of awkward. They had chainsaws and stuff. It was kind of awkward just because there's nobody there to react to it, and then that faction didn't even make it to like when the main roster came back. Like it just they did all of it during the pandemic. Nobody was there, and then by the time the audiences came back, like it was just I think it was just Dijak, who at the time was called T Bar, and then Mace, who became Massey and the Maximum Male Models. Just those two, like nothing really even happened. It was just a tag team, and then they fell off, and then Dijak goes back to NXT. So seeing this one, this is probably like their retribution. This is their like, which I'm using the word as like, this
Retribution.
is their redemption for this kind of faction, and it looks cool. And they're definitely targeting. Looks like they're targeting. They targeted Trick Williams, but they're definitely
They target
targeting
all three.
everybody. How?
They target all three. The whole catchphrase is nobody's safe.
Yeah, they targeted all 3 of them. So yeah, it's a very interesting thing. Uh, you said they did reveal the leader, or they just characteristics of the leader.
They like said the name of the leader, and I don't remember which one it was. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't even remember what their actual names, but it was during this whole Tony D'Angelo family segment. They did reveal like who the actual like leader was, like who they all listened to. So
Okay, okay.
yeah,
It's a definitely interesting faction. I love factions like that because um it's definitely mysterious. However, this time they didn't really like keep their identities hidden because these are characters and people we haven't seen. So like you couldn't recognize any of these guys anyway if you wanted to. They're definitely probably like either upcoming from people or like I can't even say if they're from the LFG show. They're not. They don't look recognizable. But we'll have to see where that goes. I'm definitely interested in it. I like mystery factions and stuff. So, but
yeah. Pretty sure they're from NXT Level Up. I think they were like there,
probably,
and then
probably, or even eat. Well, I don't think anyone's come over from Evolve yet. So I don't think anyone's.
yeah, I know
Yeah.
it just happened. There's two people from Evolved on NXT.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's
They're
actually pretty
next
cool.
week to fight for Axiom. So
So they might be
this
some
week.
people from Evolve, and they're already ready to like maybe approve themselves already, and they're over here starting out. They probably won't have matches yet. They'll probably just come out and do what they got to do. Because sometimes they can bring people up like that before they start doing matches and just have them come in and attack people. Because that's what Nexus did for a while. They came in and attacked people before, but they were already wrestlers. But these guys, you can still make these guys do stuff without having to have a match, which they probably will need, four other people to fight them and whoever the leader may be. I can't say that they'll
Well,
have a.
she's having their first match this week, so
Oh, okay, okay. So they
yeah,
must be.
it's probably not gonna actually end. It's probably gonna be a disqualification,
Yeah.
but it's three Dark State members versus Trick, Oba, and Javon. So
Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting lineup. Since now they're gonna. By the way, now they're gonna have a triple threat at Stand and Deliver, which is this is probably the third, not probably the second or third triple threat that Obafemi's been in where I think he was champion. Yeah, I think he was North American champion when he faced Dijak, and I can't remember the
he
other, but it was a
was
triple
Josh
threat.
Briggs.
Yeah, Josh Briggs was a triple threat match, and of course Oba retained. So potentially Oba could probably retain again.
I want Javon to win though. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell. And also, I will probably list this. I don't know if we're going to include because coming up for the WrestleMania. So after WrestleMania, we're going to have two episodes. We're going to have an episode for night one and an episode for night two. We could potentially probably tune into Stand and Deliver as well and add that in there, or we can just focus on
Mm,
night one and night two of WrestleMania, or we can like find out stuff from Stand and Deliver and sprinkle it in there. That could probably go with our news because we will be talking about SmackDown as well as our
yeah.
cold open news, and then we'll throw in Stand and Deliver as well. But the main podcasts will be about WrestleMania Night One and WrestleMania Night Two. So we'll have two podcasts the week after WrestleMania.
We also would have to throw the Hall of Fame in there as well.
Yeah, we'll throw the Hall of Fame because that one's actually going to happen on a Sunday. So that's happening. I
No,
think
that's Friday.
is it happening during? Okay, sometime because someone I heard someone was
It's
saying
the night before WrestleMania.
okay because I gotta probably like see if I can correct myself because I know some people were saying that they moved it to like a Sunday, but it wouldn't make sense because it's happening during WrestleMania. So yeah, oh yeah, because they said it's happening during the SmackDown, but I'm like, wouldn't SmackDown be taped? I think SmackDown's gonna be taped, so we'll have to see. But yeah, we'll talk about the Hall of Fame as well, for sure. But we'll probably have a Monday and a Friday release. Monday will be night one of the podcast, and then night two will be the regular Friday upload as well. But have any other final thoughts before I head into the main focus of this episode?
Yeah, I just want to say one thing, and that is, I think freaking Dark State might be becoming my new favorite faction. So, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Alrighty, and I know in this list we have some faction of the year stuff, so we'll go ahead and get
Oh
into it.
yeah.
Yep, we're going to be looking at the We're going to be looking at the nominees. So unfortunately, voting has ended earlier than I expected. So we both can't vote. I don't think you voted. You didn't vote.
I voted, but I don't really remember who I voted for.
Okay.
So
So yeah, we have a lot of like categories here. We're going to start at the bottom and kind of like go up to the top. Um so our first category, and then we're really just going to like pick, we're not really going to like do any rankings. I thought about it first doing some rankings, but pretty much we're just going to do who we think is the first off breakout superstar of the year. So for audio listeners, we'll read them off for you. But for our breakout superstar of the year, we have Braun Breaker, our current IC champion, and Lyra Valkyria, our women's IC champion. We have Penta Obafemi, the NXT men's champion. We have Julia, former NXT women's champion. We have Tiffany Stratton, the current SmackDown women's champion. Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. We have Chelsea Green. I don't know if that was good or not, but I tried. Our current women's United States champion and leader of the Green Regime, or the Secret Hervis. And then we have Stephanie Vaquer, who is the current NXT Women's Champion, former Unified NXT Women's and North American Women's Champion. I had to currently relinquish that. So these people have been. It's crazy how Penta managed to make the list since he's been the latest out of all of these people on the roster.
yeah,
It's a good stack list because a lot of these people, like two of them, went from NXT to main roster and have been killing it a lot.
yeah,
So,
true.
you know, because I won't say much about each of these people, like, because I know it could be talking forever about all of these guys, but I know Braun Breaker, given that, like, his IC title reign started off very slow, he's defended, but it's not as much as you think.
Whoa, no, 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 no.
Well,
His type started off hot, then it got
well,
slow
it started,
after he
yeah,
won
it
it back.
started, yeah, he won it back, so it started off very, very slow after he won it back from Jay, which I think was the dumbest decision. They could have literally still built that up to where Jay gets the world title from Gunther one day. I think they just wanted to put a singles belt on Jay and say that he did it.
They just wanted
And
to test it.
and then
They wanted to test the
yeah,
reaction.
and then they realized, well, hell, this works. They're glad he did it. Let's put it on. Get Gunther's title on him. But Braun Breaker's been a breakout star for probably since like his NXT run. When he became heel on NXT, that shit blew records. And now since he's been on the main roster, feuding with so many people, now he's feuding with Finn, the Judgment Day, Ludwig Kaiser. Like they're all in a circle now. Penta even. Uh, he would definitely be a pick, probably, but not for me
Hmm.
because I want to give these other because I want to go through them and say what these people have done in
Yeah.
order to get there. Lyra Valkyria, definitely a
Oh,
breakout. Definitely, this is like one of her like her years after last year's was kind of taken from her a little bit because she would have been the Queen of the Ring, but it was going for Naya's year.
well,
Uh,
that includes this though. That's included in this. This is all of 2024 and up to
oh,
when
okay,
this
that's right.
came
Yeah.
out.
So yeah, that was kind of like taken, and she was off TV for a good bit. I don't know if she got injured, but she was off for a good bit. Uh, and like it was kind of like dying down for her for a bit, and then it started building it back up when the IC title was pulled into the fray. And she won that, and she's had so many successful title reigns, feuding with Ivy Nile, currently feuding with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, and now Bailey's getting involved. Bailey's definitely going after that title
Yeah.
for sure. This
Yeah.
is definitely an angle where hey, I'm getting close to her, I'm helping her out, and then boom, we may get Hill Bailey back. We don't know for sure. I would be okay with that because I mean, like that's just like her way of getting it back. But I think there's gonna be, Bailey's gonna have a respectable kind of like challenge. Like, hey, let me, can't see that as a Mania match. I wouldn't believe that it would be. Probably just a regular Raw match. But it's been a good year for Lyra for sure. And people are behind her. At first, when she came to main roster, it took a bit for people to get used to her, but now they truly enjoy her. Woo! And now, yeah, she's definitely been doing great this year. And now we have the main man, Penta, Cierro Miedo. This guy making it on the list, and he's only been here barely half of this year. He's been breaking. He's been making waves. The people are so behind him. They love him. He loves the business. He loves the WWE. Like I said before, he's currently in. And if you ever want to say anything, feel free to chime in because I don't want to take over talking about everybody. But um, this one was exciting for you because I was limited knowledge to Penta before, but
Yeah,
you were very excited
I
for him.
this was a very cool thing to see. I was excited because I've seen. So I never like. I don't watch AEW. I don't like watch other promotions. I only watch WWE, but I do watch infamous matches or certain matches from other promotions that are like available. You know,
Right.
and one of my favorite matches of all time is in Lucha Underground, and it's Penta versus Io Shirai, or I think that's what she was called at the time. But it's Io Sky. It's Io Sky. It's an intergendered match between those two, and it's like one of my favorite matches of
Oh
all
wow, they
time. It's
fought each
so
other
good.
1-on-1.
Yeah, it's a really good match.
That's interesting. That's something I did not know because I know intergender matches do exist on the Indies or even Lucha Underground. But wow, okay, I did not know that she fought an intergender match.
You should
That's
watch it. It's a
that's
really
cool. I
good
definitely
match.
need to check that out now because that interests me because I am a big fan of EO and I really do hope she retains. Because now right now those matches between her and Bianca, and I still feel like Rhea's going to get pulled in some way because we know how people are just I don't get it right now. People stop. People, how many times I gotta fucking say this? Stop being on Rhea's side. Stop booing Bianca. Everyone in the European tour is booing Bianca as if it's her fault when literally Rhea is being a baby bitch. I'm sorry. Don't throw your she's mommy chance at me. Don't throw her, dude. She's being a crybaby. Like I get it, the match got broken up on Raw and it fucked it up. But I mean, Rhea messed up Io's match. Rhea, this is her own fault. Okay, she shouldn't have been out there anyway with the whole live shit. I don't even remember what happened to cause her to come out there, but it's like you're involving yourself in someone else's shit. Like she could have been a great contender for the Elimination Chamber. Rhea gets involved, and then she screws over Io a second time or something like that, and then has the audacity to be like, "I don't deserve you. I don't have to give you anything, but I'm going to." It's like, why are you being an asshole about it? And then when she loses it, she like goes into a tantrum of like, "Oh, Bianca costed me." I'm like, dude, like, shut up. Like, I like Rhea, and I'm glad but like this angle sucks for her. I hate it. Like, I would rather you go back to Liv versus Rhea, which they're still fighting on the damn house shows. Like, give it a rest. But I'd rather them go back to that shit than this. 'Cause this is weird.
Can I be honest?
Yeah,
I love this. I don't
it's
know,
like,
man. I love it. It's goofy fun. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I
I mean,
don't know.
obviously it's gonna be Io, but I wouldn't be surprised if like that belt goes to Bianca because Bianca hasn't had it.
No, stay with you.
But
Stay with you.
I think it's gonna stay with Io for a minute because it does seem like everyone's behind her more.
She deserves it.
And then if Bianca wants it, then Bianca can get it at another pay per view, but not this
She
time.
deserves it.
hmm
She deserves it.
Now under Penta, we have Oba Femi, Oba
The
Sapiens
ruler of
Rise.
NXT. No bread,
This
no
man,
water, just me.
even be- even before looking at everybody here, this is my vote. This man
Oh,
has broken fucking barriers, unbreakable walls. This dude has like if this dude goes to main roster, I automatically know Triple H is putting a fucking world title on him. This dude is a beast. This dude, like, I literally think to myself sometimes, he's the fucking Brock Lesnar of NXT, but so much better. He's the longest reigning North American champion, former longest running North American champion. He's now the current NXT men's champion.
Mm,
He is insane at what he can do.
mm.
Probably the probably the best. Like, there's a lot of great people there right now running NXT in the men's division, but he is the ruler, as Krodok has said. He is fucking insane. There's a lot that I could say about him, but I'm so limited because I'm like so awed at this dude of how well he can do his shit. Strictly amazing. I just between him having the North American Championship and then winning and then beating Trick Williams for the, or did he beat Trick Williams, or no, Ethan Page, right?
He beat Trick.
Yeah, beat Trick for it, and he's been going off. Really hope he retains the stand and deliver, which I think he will. But Javon could get that since Javon has been eyeing that up, and already Trick has had it. But I still, for some reason, think that Obafemi will retain, and we're gonna have a traditional one-on-one between probably him and Javon to for that belt at like
Yes.
another big pay-per-view. So that's my point on him. I don't know if you wanted to throw in your side.
Um, I think Obafemi is gonna be like the biggest, I don't know, star for the future of like the WWE.
Mm.
He's gonna be the biggest big guy, you know, he's gonna be like the most like push person ever when he comes to main roster. And I really y- I might go for Obafemi if I was like choosing breakout superstar of the year, but I have another person who I think I'd choose instead. But you know,
I
yeah.
will say one thing for surprise non-main roster entrance for Royal Rumble, he needs to come out next year. I really
Oh,
want to
that'd
see
be
him
great.
walk out and either meet up on some Braun Strowman shit, Bronson Reed, something. Some other big man needs to meet him, and people in the because for the thing is the main roster for some reason ever since NXT's been a thing they don't necessarily pay attention to NXT enough like they should. They're getting better at it. They're starting to because they're really starting to. Because when Braun Breaker came in, they were already on him, like they were ready for him. But for some reason, sometimes when people in the main roster come up, it takes them a while to get used to it because they're not paying attention that well to NXT. But people know this guy. People know about Femi when they hear the like they know who he is.
Man slapping me.
When he comes up to main roster, if he does one day, he'll definitely be yeah, big men slapping me. Now we have another crazy one here. Julia already sad that she's injured right now, but already making waves.
Yeah, I
I
think that's what makes her not eligible to do this. Honestly, it's just the fact that she got injured.
yeah, I
Killed
mean
her momentum.
she
So
did make a big break though with becoming NXT Women's Champion not too long after being included. She is the one who dethroned Roxanne's long ass reign, so which we saw coming. But even though I was, in my opinion, was hoping that was going to at some point go to Cora Jade, and it really needs to someday. She's been there for so long. Put that shit on her already, dude. Come on.
maybe she'll win the North American.
Pro-
So
Probably she could also jump in there. She's not worried really that much about Stephanie anymore, or yeah, since she's not. I don't know what her and Roxanne's Diamond Name is going to do, but Julia, that's all I could pretty much really say. She's great in the Indies as well. I don't know if she was at AEW. She wasn't AEW, was she?
no,
No, so it was mainly Indies, and yeah, but probably not breakout
I think she was in
superstar of the year
Stardom.
to me. Tiffany, she like it's died
It's a
down.
no for me, dog.
It's died down too much because she was break. Her main breakout was becoming Miss Money in the Bank.
But the
If
run
she
was so bad.
if there wasn't so many damn fucking cash in fake outs, yeah, she'd be at the top of my list, but now she's at the bottom because these it's not her
Same.
fault. It's not her fault because she obviously isn't a creative person. They're telling her to do this stuff. They're writing this story. If they didn't have her doing this so many times, like I get it. There was a big pop when she finally, took it from Naya. It just took forever, and now it's completely died down because of Charlotte's feud, and there's no personality there. It's just like the only good thing that happened was that suicide dive she did. If my thoughts will change, but this podcast, is dating this coming SmackDown. So like whatever our choices are, they're gonna stick, even if. And that's also going
Yeah.
to probably be the case because when we used to do our predictions for WrestleMania, we'd wait till Friday night SmackDown because we would I mean, we could still technically do that. We could record, on that Friday or like, after, but normally we would do our predictions on a Friday night after SmackDown ends because we can kind of see things change a bit. But honestly, it may be different. But either way, my my stance on Tiffany not being even a choice because of this still stands. She's got to
Yeah.
really do a lot in the next 2 weeks to save my, you know, whatever for WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's just the whole the Money in the Bank run is what ruined it. If it was an actual like, good Money in the Bank run, then I think she might be like my number one.
Yeah, too many like close calls, cash-ins.
Yeah, it makes her look dumb. It just does.
The Samoan werewolf,
This is
Jacob
my choice.
Fatu. It's your choice. He definitely
Mm-hmm.
is a big break. Yes, he is a breakout because even the way he's been able to like carry himself after like semi breaking off with Solo in the Bloodline, he's doing his own shit. Not even that, like him coming in, he was already red hot. This dude came in completely insane, just jumping off, dude. It literally his like. What's crazy is like the focus was all on him during Solo's reign as the tribal chief. People weren't giving any shits for Solo. Like I think near
True.
the middle part near the end, they were liking his villain work because he was getting better. But
Well, he was getting funnier, bro. Like when he
yeah,
did the.
yeah. But
That's
Jacob,
good.
but Jacob was like the center star. Every time he came out, people were excited to see him. He's truly the wild card right now of all the Fatus. It's just because of how his dynamic is from all of them. Since him being there, dude, his match with Braun Strowman, he took a giant down. I don't like how they fucking messed up that angle at the Royal Rumble with
Yeah.
Braun Strowman just come right back. I get it. He's the monster among monsters. He's supposed to get back up. He's supposed to be strong, but in my opinion, it would have kept Jacob stronger if Braun was out longer. Like you just took down a giant dude. You're a little guy. I mean, he's not little, but he's bulky, but he's not tall, but taking down a giant like Braun Strowman, even though Omos is, of course. Now, if he took down Omos, man, I'm just like, well, fuck. uh,
Well, you gotta remember, Saturday night's main event is not canon. None of it matters. So
it's not. Yeah, it's not. Even though the IWC and every fan is claiming that that's false because of Jay and Gunther, and I'm like, well, that one's a whole different story. Wish that never happened that way. But Jacob could be a potential pick. I'm still veering on
I just think he
Obafemi, but
broke out more. I think like the
main
fact
roster
he
wise, yeah.
yeah, but even like
Well,
Obafemi was already an established like person in NXT by 2024. He was already on his like record breaking North
true.
American title reign. So but Jacob debuted in 2024 and like literally like fucking broke it or through and fucking he on his debut he fucking like fucked up the three biggest baby faces on SmackDown at the
That
time:
that
Randy, Kevin, and Cody.
he did bring hell. Yep, he definitely did bring hell. Yep, you're convincing me a little bit. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. And then Chelsea Green,
Green.
first ever women's United States champion. She's been
Hottest, sexiest. First, youngest, oldest,
anyway,
ugliest.
oh, it's the first time you
What?
said.
She's the hottest, ugliest,
Well,
youngest,
it's
oldest.
oh, was that something they've said in a
Yeah,
segment
that's what
together?
she was
Oh,
doing, man, because she's the first
okay,
one.
because I was
She's
like, because
technically
I thought you were just complimenting her. I was like, I've never seen you
no.
compliment. All right, all right. Um, but no, she truly has been a break. She's been breaking out since 2024 and 2025. I'm telling you, like every time she was on screen, regardless of her being the wacky character, every time she was on screen, dude, that I can't remember if she fought in a championship match before that, or it was one match and like the whole entire building was like on her side, cheering for her. Both Royal Rumbles 2024 and 2025, like just cheering for her, dude. They enjoy her so much. Even when she comes out, it's like the kind of character she presents would be the one you would want to boo. That's the exact opposite. Everyone else is like enjoying her. And while I think her title is going to come to an end soon, she's definitely done a lot the past year. And even if she barely, defends that title, dude, she has great character work. I love it. I never want that to change. It may change, but I feel like it's going to stay the same for a while. But I think she's definitely a great contender for breakout star.
I agree. Yeah, she really stepped it up. Got
Oh
the
yeah.
whole universe on her side.
Mm-hmm.
Grabbed them
Speak.
by the balls.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. No,
Hey,
you're good.
everyone,
It's
we're recording this really late.
we are
Okay.
recording this really late. We decided screw it. Why not record a podcast now instead of our usual Thursday? Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes awake. As soon as we're done with this, I'm going to bed. Anyways, um, Stephanie Vakar, who has recently just made headlines, as we just said, became the first ever women's unified NXT Women's Champion and North American Champion. Now former because she had to relinquish it, which I think was still a dumb decision.
Mhm.
Just like could have had
Like, well,
someone beat her or like I don't know. It's so weird. You could have like you literally could have had Julia relinquish it and then put it in the ladder match. But I
yeah.
don't get it. I don't understand it. Like you literally could have just done the Rhea thing where like, hey, you got to relinquish it. Sorry, but now they're like, oh, Stephanie, hey, guess what? Sorry, you won fair and square, but it's weird. I'm glad she's still NXT champion. I just hate that was kind of dumb. But since she's been there, allying herself with Julia, feuding with Roxanne, um,
And now Jordan Grace and Jada.
yeah, now Jordan Grace and yeah, it's like she's definitely done a
Where's
lot, and in
Parker?
her career, Miss Parker, in her career altogether, yeah, she's done amazing work. Uh, I honestly saying that relinquishment or whatever you want to call it takes it down for me to even choose her. She's also in that boat with Julia, like not injured, but they also both came at the same time, almost.
Same week, I
I
believe.
think same week. I think it was like 1 week after the other because Stephanie
Yeah.
showed up before Julia. She like showed up just to like announce her presence that she's signed with the WWE, but she didn't fully debut until like a couple of weeks after Julia did. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so it was kind of like a lead up to like we knew she was there, but she wasn't fighting yet. Um, but my pick out of all these, I think you convinced me with Jacob. Just because for the
Yes.
fact that like you did make sense that like Obafemi has been established, he's been killing it because pretty much because that match of him winning the North American like from North American Championship, he led in from 2023 to 2024 with that. So he's pretty much 2 years since he's been established. So I guess that he's on here as breakout star just because he won the NXT championship and he's also
But he
doing
also lost. his title this year too, so you got to
Yeah,
think about that.
yeah. So he also lost his title. So yeah, in between that, Jacob is for sure because he's still hot right now. Wondering what they're going to do. He's making it clear that he, doesn't need Solo to get. He's going after gold, but I don't know whose gold he's going after. Probably world championship, but I don't think he's ready for that, to be honest. But he's our pick because it's convinced me
Probably
now that
U.S.
he's definitely, yeah, probably U.S. title, but he's definitely the pick right now for the breakout superstar of the year.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, who do you think will actually like win breakout superstar of the year? Because I think we're gonna have like our
from
own
from
picks of who
from like
we
an
want,
audience,
of who we choose. But
from like an audience perspective.
yeah,
So, like I said before, given that people have been known to mainly choose main roster people because of the whole NXT blindness, Braun Breaker.
yeah, I think
Definitely
so.
Braun
I
Breaker.
think you're right.
There would be some confidence for Penta. I think people still need time for him since he hasn't been there that long, but Braun Breaker for sure. That man has been insane. Every time I see a match with him, it's always phenomenal. It's never boring to watch him. And it's hard to even, and he's a heel. It is hard to like even root against him. Everyone's on his side, and I
True.
love it. Yeah, he's definitely would be the pick. It's not technically between him and Lyra, but he's done a lot, so I think it would be him.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's probably who will actually win.
All right, and now we're in our next category, Social Star of the Year. We have Chelsea Green and the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Now, does this mean like them posting on social media a lot, or like
Yeah,
because he's a fucking menace on
best
Twitter?
social posts. I think it's easy for me who
I think
wins
it's
here.
easy for me too. Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
He's
bro, he goes crazy on Twitter, man.
he's
The fucking
incorporated his tweets of like hating Punk into the storyline with his tweets. It's
I mean, his one
amazing.
tweet at WrestleMania 40 alone gets him here. Like, bored at work, dude. Okay.
Yeah, I think this automatically goes to Drew, and I think people will choose that because Chelsea Green. I've seen her social media posts and stuff, and it's obviously like but him with how his interaction where it leads it into the story, he's definitely the choice for me there. So,
Yeah,
and overall, the fan vote would probably be Drew McIntyre
yeah, I think so.
because honestly, like, yeah, she is, but she also, in a way, isn't that much. So he would definitely be hopefully the audience choice.
Yeah.
And now our next category, we have the what WTF or what the fuck moment of the year. Our choices. This I don't think this is a what the fuck moment. I think this was just funny, but our truth calls Triple H Champa, Tommaso Ciampa, because they're both bald and has long beards. Kevin Owens car interviews. I don't know why that's a WTF moment. That makes no sense to me.
Most of these nominees for this category don't, I'll be honest.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it like some of these don't make any sense. No, Dominic in the shark cage. Yes, that was cool. But before that, Chelsea Green goes into the dumpster. It was a dumpster match. It's literally not even Dominic Mysterio's in a shark cage. That was pretty cool because I managed to witness it live. I'm not going to flex here, but I managed to witness it live. Yeah, Bad Blood was in my hometown, so I managed to see that in person. Pretty cool. Uh, how that man managed to like make sure his shoe was tied the right way, or there was definitely some mechanism up there to have that man dangling from his shoe while he's upside down and Rhea's hitting him with a kendo stick. Dude, that was insane. I think that was insane. I Show Speed with Logan Paul at WrestleMania. That was a cool reveal because that was that their triple threat like Logan Paul versus Randy and was it just Logan Paul and Randy or he fought someone else,
It
didn't
was,
he?
no, it was Logan, Randy, Kevin.
Okay, before Kevin turned heel. And yeah, the iconic, Ronaldo better, and then he's barking at him, and then he RKO's him. Or no, he barks at him and then RKO's him. Um, LA Knight and Logan Paul's pool. That was cool. Okay, that was actually a cool one. he was out there just sitting there, man. It's like, I'm coming back for what's mine. Uh, Actually pretty cool, I think. Funny little nice segment. Probably not a WTF moment. Like the
I just
speed.
figured out what it means. I think they're implying it's what's the funniest moment of the year.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I'm like, yeah, because WTF, like, I
Yeah,
guess it
because
is.
that doesn't match any of
Because then you
these.
got
Like
R-Truth wrestles with John Cena. I don't remember that one. When was that one?
me neither.
I
I
don't
don't
remember that
remember.
at all. Oh, could it be? I was gonna say, could it be his tweets? But that wouldn't. That's not wrestles with John Cena. He hasn't wrestled with him this year. Some of these ain't right. Rabbit noises from Tamatonga. Yeah. That wouldn't be. Oh, here's your favorite. Go ahead. Um, and regardless of like their absence, this was fucking insane. The Wyatt Six debut. You gotta
Yeah,
admit, it was
it
cinematically
was
insane.
so good. Sad that they fumbled it afterwards, but
Yeah, sad that they fumbled, and that kind of brings that pick down. But out of all of these, that's I feel like that's it because like
yeah, I agree.
Speed was cool to see him there, and it was cool to even see him in the Royal Rumble. All of these are like nice little moments, funny moments, but this one right here as the pick, the Wyatt Six debut, just because like even though the potential has died down a lot, sadly, and I hope whatever they're doing with Alexa, she either brings it back or transforms it her own way. For some reason, in my gut, I feel like they've in some way let her have some sort of creativeness because Bray had some creativeness, and I know they're going to let Bo as well. I feel like she's going to help that out because she's a very creative person. So whatever they do makes me care again. But that first step of debut, where like pretty much they killed everyone, it seemed like the whole backstage was fucked up. Just the
Yeah,
flickering lights and then them walking out, and
oh,
it
so
was such an
good.
insane moment. And it I feel like probably all the budget went to that, and they just stopped showing up.
And honestly, it's really the only what WTF moment on this fucking nominee list.
Oh
So
yeah, and you had the whole arena saying "Holy shit, holy shit!" Like they're there, like they finally showed up. So I really hope whatever the future is for them does well and they don't get released because it's scaring me. Like it's on the back of my neck thinking they're going to get released because no, they're not doing anything. But I think Alexa being back and obviously going back into her, um, you know, fiend sidekick persona, they're going to bring them back. So I think our pick is the Wyatt Six debut because out of all of
yeah,
these are mainly like cute moments or like funny moments. Like Dominic Mysterio, yeah, in the shark cage, but the Wyatt Six definitely beat that for me.
yeah.
So
Wait, who do you think the fans? Who do you think will actually win?
I think the fans might choose Wyatt Six. That was such a big
I don't
moment.
know. I feel like they're just gonna pick Jacob Fatu because it's funny.
They could, yeah. I mean, to me personally, like, because like that, like they were happy to see Dominic in that shark cage, but for some reason, like that whole fan reaction of like this year, the Wyatt Six took that by storm. Because it's I love you solo every week mostly of the time. He hasn't done it, but this one just had such a big pop to it. I feel like why wouldn't people, and I feel like if people were logical, like the fans are logical, they would look through all this and see that one as the main one.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
shall
you're right.
see. But I'm calling it there. Probably they're going to do that. But
This is easy.
match of the year. Wow. All right. Well, I'm gonna
This is a hot.
assume I'm gonna assume
Yeah.
it's this one, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm
It's a hot
guessing
debate though.
Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, which I'm assuming that's WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, the Hell in a Cell, which was I got to witness. Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley, SummerSlam. That was insane. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was such a
Yeah.
crazy twist I didn't see coming.
Dom turn. Oh.
Well, I did see it, but I was like still shocking. Damon Priest versus Gunther. Get the fuck out of here. That was such a
That's a good
lackluster.
match.
Honestly, the ending is what pissed me off. I knew Finn
No,
was going to turn at some
great.
point,
It's what they
but
did after that sucked.
oh, I'm thinking of the Seth one where they botched. Never mind. This wasn't the one where they botched. Okay, this one was
Yeah.
good. The second one was ass.
Yeah, this is the one where Finn
Okay,
turned
so
him.
this one was good. Okay, this one was good. I just like hated that they had to end that way. Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles at Backlash.
Oh,
Honestly, yeah, because we had heel elements from Cody in that shit, and that it literally Cody beat the face back into AJ Styles. He came back face, like literally came back to the Royal Rumble face.
no, you're thinking of Clash of the Castle. That's the I Quit match. The Backlash match is the first match they had, and then they had the guy quit match at Clash of the
Oh,
Castle.
okay, okay, yeah, you're right.
But the Backlash match was infinitely better than the I
This was
Quit
still,
match.
yeah. The 2025 Men's War Games match, which was OG Bloodline, even though it really wasn't OG Bloodline because it was literally CM Punk instead of CM Punk, Roman Reigns, the Usos. Am I missing somebody
Same.
here? Sammy. And then versus the new bloodline, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, the GOAT, Jacob Fatu, Solo, and randomly Bronson Reed. But Bronson Reed is Samoan, but they probably didn't have anyone else to join, so they threw that in there. Bailey versus Io Sky. I have problems with this one.
What?
I have problems with this one because, like, it's not her fault, but in the middle of that damn match, she hurt her knee. And then it led to a bad title reign for her. Like, Io was the heel at the time.
Yeah,
It's just because it led to that for me because it just didn't.
but we're not. That's not what we're looking at. We're only looking at the match itself. We're not looking at what happens after.
Well, during it does take a little weird turn though because after she hurts her knee. But I
I
mean that's
rewatched the match like a few weeks ago. It's actually really good.
I don't know. It's just kind of like it rubs me a little bit the wrong way. I don't know. I'm looking at stuff for after because um just because I'm also tired. we're we're keeping ourselves awake here, but I mean it was okay. I just like I guess it bring. I'm thinking of like what happened after because like that whole damage control angle just stops in its tracks after she wins, and she just it's weird to me. But
Well,
Sami
I get
Zayn
what you
versus
there. I just
Sami Zayn versus Gunther at WrestleMania. That was a good match.
oh,
Very weird choice to choose him. Honestly, people were going for Chad at the time, but I was like, now that I think about it, was it really would have been a good choice? And then led to Sammy's a great title reign, beating Chad three damn times. Um,
yes, the time when he's coming out during WrestleMania, and then Kevin Owens is there. Oh man, that shit's good.
uh, Gunther versus Randy Orton at Bash in Berlin. No, this wasn't the botch. This wasn't the King of the Ring botch, was it?
Yeah, no, it was the second match.
So this was just a random. Was he fighting for the title?
Nah, yeah, yes.
Okay.
Because he deserved, because he got his rematch, because he technically didn't get
I
beat at King of the
technically
Ring.
don't like how it ended because I think
Wait, no,
there
because Gunther didn't have the title by then. Wait, did he?
he
Was that
had the
after Super? It
he
was. It
had the
was.
world
Okay.
he had the world title at Bash because he won it from Damien at SummerSlam. Remember?
Yeah.
It was kind of okay. This match is like it's a wishy washy kind of thing because
It was a.
yeah, well, also because the way it ended, like Randy was kicking out of shit, and then one power bomb at the end, he's done. Oh no, was it sleeper hold that got him? No, he broke out of the sleeper hold, I think. Excuse me, and then just power bomb, and that was it. It ended weird for me. It was a cool match, but it ended weird for me. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk on the Raw
I don't
Netflix
think this should
premiere.
be on this goddamn list. What the fuck?
No, it shouldn't be because it's literally the beginning of the year, and also like
Well, no, that's not why. It's just not that good.
no, it really
It's
wasn't.
fine.
It literally just proved that CM Punk is right about everything that he says about Seth Rollins, and the fact that they're still feuding. People thought that was going to be like the end of the era thing. Like, oh yeah, they're going to move on from that. No, they're still going to keep going. No, I definitely wouldn't choose that one. Like, people are like, who's the greatest match? I'm like, no, their still cage match was better that they recently had, even though it ended on an interference
Yeah,
and
true.
Seth winning, but it was still better than their Netflix premiere match should have been steel cage.
Yeah, I've
Um,
realized something. CM Punk works best in stipulation matches.
he does. he like his first match. His first match was actually with Dominic Mysterio.
I did not know that.
It was at Madison Square Garden. It was a house match or a house show, and they were at the Garden, and Dominic was his first opponent, which was cool. I mean, that's an honor probably for Dom, but yeah, he did because I remember when he first came back was because he was in the Rumble, but wasn't his first singles match? Wasn't it Drew? His
Um,
first televised singles match was Drew
I think so.
because it was Royal Rumble. Yeah, because he had just returned at the end of 2023, and then he declares for the Royal Rumble, but then he gets injured. Drew comes out. I prayed for this, and it happened. That infamous line. Rate
Yeah,
rate my Drew McIntyre in the comments. And it just that's where that solidified. And Punk was injured, and then when Punk came back, Drew's still being obsessed and a weirdo. So yeah, that was his first, and their first match was normal, and then Drew beat him at that. But then when he got into the strap match, he won, of course. He was better. And then yeah, the Hell in a Cell as well was their third and final match.
and a
Uh
banger.
and that was a banger and busted him wide open, which I don't think that was planned, but I mean, he split him open. So yeah, you're right about him, for sure being better during a stipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, like, these choices are insane. I do you okay? Do you want to base the Roman Reigns versus Cody on the last 10 minutes, or the actual match itself? Because we know those last 10 minutes were insane.
Listen, I think that wrestling, when it comes to wrestling,
Has
it's
more than
not just in-ring
sorry,
action that makes a match, but it's also moments.
I thought you were
And
gonna
what
say.
can you do with those moments?
I thought you were gonna
And
say
Roman Reigns versus
wrestling
Cody
has.
Rhodes has some of the craziest moments. It does have like the craziest moments of all time. That's why I personally think that was the best match of the year. But I think it really depends on personal preference. Because if you're looking at like technically the better match, like from an in-ring perspective, I do think it's CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at Hell in a Cell. But if you're looking for something with more spectacle, with more like drama, with like more like in-ring psychology and more like shocking things than it is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, it's gonna feel biased for me because of my literally I got to experience it live. The Hell in a Cell match. Like, I thought it was gonna be hard to see, hard to do. Dude, it was so clear to be able to watch that. That damn thing is huge. For me, it would probably be Punk versus Drew McIntyre, given that the live experience was amazing to see that in my hometown. Completely awesome. The Roman Reigns versus Cody, like, there's things that I try to remember leading up to those final 10 minutes of the match. Yeah, that would go for spectacle, and I think the people are going to choose that one, given that it's such a cinematic ending to finish the story. For me, though, in terms of match, like, altogether, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre would be my pick.
I think that's completely fair.
Yeah, and you said your pick is Roman versus Cody.
Yeah, I really think it's just a
Okay.
preference thing and what you prefer more in a
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, for sure. So that's our first ever divided pick, but
Yeah.
we shall see. But still, my pick for the people would be Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. So
Yeah.
wow, NXT
Question.
Superstar of the Year. Yeah.
Why is Stephanie not McClure not nominated for this, but she's okay, whatever.
Uh, yeah, that's a weird one. But NXT Superstar of the Year is the next category. Got a couple of familiar people, but also some extra ones. Got Obafemi, Roxanne Perez, the former longest reigning, I believe, yeah, the former longest reigning as of the last 2 years, NXT Women's Champion. Trick Williams, former NXT champion. Ethan Page as well, another former NXT champion. Julia again, and Kalani Jordan. She's been going. Yeah, she's
She
definitely
was the
been.
first North American
Yeah,
champion for
first North
them.
American. I was trying to remember if it was her or Fallon. I couldn't remember who held it for longest, but now these people have been big milestones recently. A lot, all like we just said, they're all have been champion. Like I've already said what I had to say about Obafemi. I don't think I don't think it's him either, since he's not even going to be the breakout star to me. Roxanne is a contender there. They've been behind Trick for so long.
Yeah, but his title reigns are kind of lackluster.
That's yeah. And like I've already said my piece about Julia and Kalani is yeah, she's the first. She's still moving up there. But for some reason I want to go ego.
Ego,
One of my
rocking
one of
on
my
the
favorite
top.
one of my favorite themes in NXT. Just because he made such a huge impact on his debut and did what he said he was going to do, and he was going to beat Trick Williams for that title. I would have loved for his reign to go longer, but out of all these people, like Roxanne, I mean, I can't say like just because of her reign, like yeah, she's the longest reigning, but for a standpoint of like him coming in there, taking what he wants to get, and also he was already a hot star over in AEW, so now he's over here and he's already making moves, making history. For me, he would be my pick for sure.
Yeah, for me, it's between Ethan, Oba, and Roxanne, and I also go Ethan Page, all ego, baby,
Yeah,
because he wins like title right away. Honestly, has like a great run with it. Not to mention a title match with Joe Hendry. Just want to say, say his name and he appears, please God. But Ethan Page did that, and then after he lost his title, he's had a great feud with like fucking Bubba Ray Dudley
yeah.
and like uh, Ridge Holland
Random
for a
but
tiny
cool.
bit,
Yeah,
and then he started like fucking busting people's like brains and shit, bro. He broke Javon Evans' jaw and had a great fucking feud with him that just like
dude.
ended.
Yeah.
God, really good.
Honestly, yeah, I think he's that guy. Yeah, he's definitely the pick for that. I can't
But I
say
don't
what.
think the fans will pick him.
I feel like the fans would pick either Oba or Roxanne.
I think they might pick Trick.
Probably, probably. The louder the whoop that trick gets, the loud. Yeah, it's between those top three though. But it would surprise me. It wouldn't if they chose Ethan Page. But for the fans, for me personally, I think they would choose Obafemi, and probably
Yeah,
some of them would
probably.
veer towards Roxanne. So
Yeah.
our next category, rivalry of the year. I feel like we know the answer, but like there's so many good rivalries here. Some of them are lackluster, but so the first ones are CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. And we just talked about this in the match of the year, which I decided was CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This one is looking at almost becoming my pick because we kept asking for more of this shit. We loved every segment they were in. We loved every match that they were in. We wanted more and more and more every time they got their hands on each other. Every time Punk comes out and screws with McIntyre's chances of winning, he screwed him out of what, two championship chances or even a 5 minute reign. He screwed him out of the Money in the
40.
Bank. Huh?
Clash at WrestleMania 40. Clash at the Castle. Money in the Bank.
And then the
Yep.
rivalry of just not letting him. He lost both the last two rivalry matches. Like Drew got him over, like got him the first one, but Punk is 2-1. But like yeah, screwed him over at Clash of the Castle. Screwed him over at Money in the Bank. Even though Drew kind of screwed him over on himself over because that was kind of stupid to just think he had a chance there. He kind of did, but didn't. And then WrestleMania 41 screwed out of a 5 minute championship. Uh, that shit, dude. Seeing Drew McIntyre infuriated all the time. that could be my pick. We have Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Yeah, it's a great one. It definitely is a great one. Um, it ended on a great note. He finished the story. In between, though, it stopped because he had to deal with his, Brock Lesnar issue. And I still believe to this day that that was a way to make him look stronger. And I know Brock wanted to help him for sure because when Brock works with somebody, he likes you. He likes to work with you. I think Brock definitely, and it's crazy that we're not going to see that on here. Well, that was a 2023 match, so it wouldn't make any sense. But like, we're not going to see any of that because Brock has been gone. But um, it's a great reign. Or no, it's a great rivalry. Rivalry. I think the second rivalry is better than the first because no, probably like I had a feeling like I wanted him to win, but I had a gut feeling that he wasn't going to right away since he just came back from his injury. He was number 30 at the Rumble and then he won number 30. It seemed too predictable and too easy. And then obviously the next year was the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania, so it would make sense for him to drop his shit then. I do like the rivalry better on the second time because even though The Rock is involved, The Rock carried that shit to help him out,
Not a
and
road.
the fans were way more behind Cody the second time around. They were behind him the first. They wanted that reign to end for Roman, but they were so much more behind him on the second run than the first, and that kind of throws it down since like one part is not good and the other one is. It's still a great rivalry, but that's just my take on it. I would choose it probably second place.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard for you to say because I know you came in late into because keep in mind again we'll remind everyone you did come in late into the scene. Most of these you know, but you came
Yeah.
late into the scene with Roman and Cody's stuff going on. Like Cody had
Yeah. I
just
can't really
lost.
speak for the entire rivalry since I wasn't there.
Yeah, because you came in like when the reign ended, pretty much. You were around WrestleMania time. You caught up on some stuff, Bloodline stuff, but that authentic feeling was different for you. So,
Yeah.
um, Liv Morgan and Rhea, this shit dragged on for too long.
Yeah.
Like truly, I get it. She, while being injured, it built up her and Dom's storyline, and then like even after getting her belt back from Liv at when did she get it? No, she didn't get it back until
Raw Netflix.
Raw on Netflix. So she didn't even yeah. So even after like beating Liv and the whole, I think like no, she didn't win the belt, but I think there was like yeah, War Games felt like it ended that feud, and then it just kept happening because we knew at some time she was going to get the belt back. We thought it was going to go all the way to Mania, but it just like it kept happening, and then even after she got the belt, Rhea interferes and shit with Liv, still goes after her. Like I get it, you're wanting to get revenge on her for injuring you, but like you have the belt now, you have what you came for. Stop dragging it out. It's not dragging out anymore because now Liv and Raquel are dealing with other shit. Now dealing with Lyra. We're dealing with Jade and Bianca at some point, but now they're doing their own thing. They're everywhere. They keep popping up everywhere. I'm glad that's the case because Rhea is focusing on something else now besides Liv because it was getting annoying to see that every week. I'm like, what else are you needing to achieve here? You got your revenge. You got your belt back. You took it away from her. What else do you fucking need? You don't care about Dom or anyone now.
Yeah. I think like I think it would have been fine if they let Liv actually fight anyone while waiting for Rhea to come back.
Yeah,
Because she
that she
had like
didn't
one
defend.
title match.
Yeah, and I can't remember who that was against.
It was Lena Vega.
Yeah, so
She had
it's
one
like
title match against Lena Vega, and like I think one against Io at Saturday Night's main event, but that doesn't count since it's not canon. And yeah,
Until a title changes hands on that show, it will become canon for me. But it hasn't. Um, just be yeah the and like it's like yeah like you even said she barely like defended it. It was like it was more of a power dynamic thing. Like I have it, I'm holding on to it, and then just didn't it just made the like obviously it's not a great reign, and like I said all the time, it's better than her first title reign as the SmackDown Women's Championship. Yeah, I know she didn't defend this one much, but her being a heel and having it, it definitely built shit up. And I know it was mainly focused on Dom and Liv just because you didn't have Rhea there, but yeah, it just fell off. And then speaking of falling off, the Damian Priest and Finn Balor one.
Worst feud of the year. Well, why is the fact is this
Where
on
did
Raw
it go?
of the year,
Like
bro?
obviously we knew
It's
Damian was gonna
worst
beat
one of the
Finn.
year.
Yeah, it was like on a Raw too, wasn't it? It wasn't even a pay per view or PLE.
Well, remember it started at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Things screwed Damien over, which was awesome. Everyone was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be awesome." And then they fucking waited like 5 months to do their first match.
Oh
That was like
yeah,
a
it built up
tag
weird
match
because
in Berlin.
yeah, because the tag match it didn't even yeah, and then after that happened, Damien just like Finn just Finn and Damien's feud just vanished out of nowhere.
And
Nobody
then
gave a shit about
eventually
it. Yeah, and it came back.
got Bad Blood for their first singles match
Yeah,
since SummerSlam.
right,
It's
since
like,
SummerSlam.
what?
And then obviously Damien won that
And buried Finn, by the way.
and buried
Finn from the
Finn.
glass.
This is where Pin Balor began. Pin Balor began a long time ago, but this is where this shit solidified it. And ever since he's been on a losing streak, when he finally pinned Penta because they probably getting feeling sorry for his ass. Uh, yeah, and now that shit just didn't matter anymore after that because then Damien like was doing his own shit for a while. He was still kind of feuding with the Judgment Day. The whole Terror Twins thing didn't give a damn anymore. Like they did their own thing. They're still friends, obviously, and good partners, but like they're doing their own shit, so it doesn't even matter anymore. They're trying to break each away from each other from that, but that feud just was so bad. But
Yeah.
this one was good. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes.
Oh,
In a way, it was getting annoying for me because I was like, when is this dude gonna stop trying to fucking beat Cody and take his shit away? It's
two
crazy that
matches.
yeah, yeah, they had two matches, but like the whole like in between that part, like it kind of was taking a long time, but I did like the dynamic because Kevin getting back into his fucking psychotic state,
As
and
Kevin is right.
and I mean, in a way, yeah, he's right. He did, you know, Cody Rhodes did team up with the former enemy, and even though Cody was a friend in the beginning, because Cody offered him a championship match that he thought he didn't deserve. So like yeah, in the beginning, Cody, even though Kevin believed that Cody was trying to, you know, make it seem that he's better than Kevin, given that he beat Kevin, and just trying to show off that like I can beat you. But that feud, he literally killed Kevin almost at the end of that match. He fucking slammed him through a ladder, and the dude was folded like a pancake. However, that man no sold it for 24 hours. He came back the next night, Monday, all beaten up and took that shit out on Sammy because Sammy's watching that shit in horror. That was cinema. Sammy's watching that shit in horror, but he doesn't want to stop Cody because he doesn't know what to do. And then that led to one of the greatest Elimination Chamber matches I've ever seen. It's not on here because I think it's added in too late, but if they did Sami Zayn and Kevin
Elimination
Owens,
Chamber is on this list.
well, I'm saying like
It's eligible.
yeah, but it's not the rivalry of Sami versus Kevin's not in here, so we can't.
Well,
It's a,
yeah, but
I wish
it
it
could
was,
be.
but
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. Um,
This
Nia.
is, has the John Cena heel turn in a category. So
Okay, I guess then the Sami and KO wasn't that big then. I guess because that was just because like it did happen quick and fast. It wasn't like over time. Um, but I mean that would be an honorable mention for me. Um, Nia Jackson, Tiffany Stratton.
Oh,
No, it wasn't good because like it was in between. Like even before she turned, they were like feuding with each other, but still sort of best friends while Nia was champion. So it was weird. Like she'd come out there and like insult Nia maybe, but then also like she'd still be on her side, kind of. It took too long to even get her to get the belt, and now that shit's not going anywhere. So I don't even really
will
care.
she cash it in? Won't she cash in? Was
Yeah,
the
there was like literally so many fake outs. Like literally, when she did cash in, she faked us out, then actually did it. I'm like, dude, you
yeah.
just do it. Come on, man. Just every time TV time running out in the damn arena, I'm just like, you're making me lose interest. You really, and everybody wants you to be champion, and now it's lackluster. We'll see
What?
what
I
happens.
like the title reign.
No, I mean with the Charlotte shit. Like, yeah, it's great, but the
Oh,
Charlotte shit's
yeah,
lackluster.
yeah.
Um, Bloodline versus Bloodline.
Eh,
I'm honestly like, I'm not even trying to be disrespectful to like the Bloodline story's gone on for so long. It's gone on for nearly 5 years. It's probably gone by Mania. It's probably gone on for 5 years. Right now, they don't know what they're doing because one Tonga Loa is out. Bring back the goat. Praise for the goat. Tonga Loa. Your tribe, your tribal. What did you call it? Tribal queef.
hell
Jesus.
yeah.
Um, definitely the goat. But right now it's like very broken up. But I mean, the match because the Bloodline versus Bloodline happened very late because like Roman came back at SummerSlam. It took them a very long time to build it up, and also it was weird because this was also the time when Jay got the belt, but then he had to lose it because he was going to help with the Bloodline. Um, Bronson Reed being in there doesn't. It's I can't say that because you had Jimmy and or Sammy and Punk. Like it was a good. Announcing CM Punk as one of the members of the OG Bloodline was crazy, but in general, of like Roman, being made to look weak versus the new Bloodline, like Jacob saved that Bloodline. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But like the bloodline shit has just been going on for literally the last, besides the Judgment Day war games of 2023, the last couple war games have been bloodline centered,
Mhm.
and it's just been I don't I just can't with bloodline anymore. Like, and I'm not giving any hate to like the families or anything. It's just like that angle. It's like at some point that faction's got to end. Solo's got to do his own shit. Jacob's got to go do his own shit. Definitely. I don't know what
I mean, I think
Tamatonga and
building up
Tongaloa.
to that.
I think Tamatonga and Tongaloa may become a tag team, or even if
Oh
probably
yeah, it will.
because like I know Tamatonga's there with Jacob as like a backup guy, but I see those two being a tag team. Don't know how long they're going to be in the company. Uh, but yeah, it's just it's getting old. Like there's gonna be Roman people all day, like, yeah, Roman the best, Roman Cody's bad. Like they still do that shit, but you gotta admit, Bloodline and shit's getting old, and it's time to move
Yeah,
on.
I agree.
All right, so my pick, I think, respectively, me is CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
That's what it's also is for me, and it's not even close.
Not even close. Like these are good. Like well, some of them are bad, but Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes is good. Roman Reigns and Cody is like I said, the first one was worse than the second. This shit's boring. Liv Morgan and Rhea, I'm getting tired of it. This didn't go anywhere. Yeah, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, probably the best. So,
Oh, there's a lot of these here.
tag team
Ooh.
of the year. Now, got a lot of
It's
contenders.
easy for me to what the answer is, but
We got DIY, Awesome Truth, A Town Down Under, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, Motor City Machine Guns, the
Richie
Bloodline.
pissed.
The Bloodline is a faction as well as the Judgment Day who is in here, and I'm pretty sure there is a faction. Literally, faction of the year is the next thing.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm not
think they
even.
mean the tag teams that won the titles. So it would be like Tama Tonga / Jacob Fatu /
Okay.
Tongaloa, and it would be
Yeah, because these
JD
are
and
two people. So
Finn.
yeah, Street.
Which I don't know why JD and
Because
Finn would be,
yeah,
but
it's a Judgment Day. Okay, War Raiders, Judgment Day, Street Profits, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who are the current women's tag team. Um, I mean, see, it's kind of a stacked list here. Um, I'm not going to throw
it's
Judgment Day in
easily
there.
Jade and Bianca.
It's got to be Jade and Bianca because I'm not going to like. First of all, like the Bloodline did not hold that shit. They dropped that shit to Motor City Machine Guns.
Raging Piss.
I kind of wish they Raging Piss. I kind of wish they had a
Which, by the
longer.
way, they haven't been on TV in a while.
No, they haven't. Really wish they had a longer reign, but I kind of saw it becoming short since they won by being there for like what the second week and then they won it, or like the third week,
Yeah.
one of those two. But
Second.
War Raiders right now are doing really. I don't even know if they are. They've been defending them, but I still don't see them as a tag team of the year just because they have the current Raw belts. Um, right now, Liv Morgan and Raquel are killing it, but between the whole like 2024 into now, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair have been the ones
Mhm.
stealing the women's show for a while. So that's probably my pick. It was cool to see Awesome Truth
Yeah.
back, but that's not the tag team of the year. And we love Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, but they've had an okay year, I could say.
Mhm.
But yeah, Jade and Bianca, and now they're broken
Yeah,
up,
and
but
I
still,
think
yeah,
that's what people are gonna go for as well. So
yeah, yeah. Jade Cargill and yeah, for sure. And I guess I should say the rival of the year people would have went for CM Punk and Drew McIntyre as well. So faction of the year,
it's easy.
we got the OG Bloodline, the Judgment Day, the New Bloodline, American Made. Crazy enough how Damage Control made it in here just because of how weird their shit's been, but um I'm like mixed, but
So
honestly
okay, hear me out. If we're talking about everything that happened in the year, it's New Bloodline. But if we're talking about like best first half of the year, it's Judgment Day. So
you were a big Judgment Day fan, and sadly, you've lost that interest. Given that, like,
indeed,
the storylines are weird, the theme sucks now. Yeah, you were a big Judgment Day fan. Like, this was,
it was my favorite
uh,
faction.
yeah, this
But
is
I followed it.
pre-Live when they were still purple and shit before everything broke up. And and the funny thing is, what's crazy is like you were hoping they never broke up, and it's like
Yeah, I
they never, and
was.
then they never did, but it made it worse because at first it was like it seemed like the entire Judgment Day was going to be like, coming after Damien, after Finn, like, announcing that, hey, this is who we are now. But then, like, mainly the whole time was just Carlito and JD and Finn's on the sidelines. Finn would come in at the end of a match and beat him up. And you'd be thinking that they would, like, set up a match right away, but it took them months on to even. But honestly, if you think about it, we had New Bloodline and OG Bloodline. Mainly, we had New Bloodline on SmackDown. And remember that long spill after WrestleMania 40? SmackDown was down, like, and like, not caring to watch it. I wanted to tune in every Monday because of the Judgment Day. I didn't give a shit
Damn.
about anything else. American Made has not really done anything for me yet.
Me
Just
neither.
because, like, it's literally a reskin of like what they were going for with Alpha Academy, but now they're bad guys. Like, if you think about it, literally
Yeah,
Brutus and what is the other guy's name?
Julius.
Julius, Brutus and Julius, literally Tozawa and Otis, but bigger, and then Maxine is Ivy. It's literally the same faction. They're just bigger. Literally,
Reskin.
they're bigger. Like, literally, Ivy Nile is a freaking. She's a bulldog. I literally call her that, I think. or something like that.
Pitbull.
Pitbull, yeah. It's literally the same thing. It's just they're heels. So like, in they had a good run with the Wyatt Six feud. That shit, completely done. Um, OG Bloodline really didn't show up till the end of the year to face. They literally,
And for
yeah,
like a month.
yeah, and then they're no longer together like that. Like they still consider themselves like family and shit, but like they're not fully going. And then the new Bloodline, they also are done, even though they were running half of SmackDown for a while, but people weren't tuning in much. SmackDown was kind of becoming lackluster. I think the pick for this is
It was
Judgment Day,
such a drag
and
for
I
a
know
while.
and I know Damage Control is there, but it's really hard to say because after WrestleMania 40, Damage Control was gone.
This was like the worst year for Damage Control,
Well,
bro.
yeah, because
It was almost
Dakota.
like they put them
Well,
injured.
yeah, Oscar was injured, and so was Dakota Kai. Bailey was injured for
Kyrie
half of her.
injured.
Yeah, well, Kyrie. Yeah, well, Kyrie Sane got injured
Raquel
later.
got injured,
Yeah,
man.
she got hurt real bad, but like Kyrie Sane got injured later. The remaining members of Damage Control was Io, Dakota, and Kyrie Sane. And then something happened to Dakota and she was gone. And Io was doing her own shit. Io was losing every week. She was like going insane. I remember that angle where she was going insane. I would have loved to see more of that. Um, Bailey was out for a little bit because of her knee after getting hurt at WrestleMania. That whole shit, even for all of them, was just so bad that they completely gave up, and that's why Dakota's a face now again, and so is Io. Like we just forgot that they betrayed Bailey. I'm waiting for Oscar's return. I feel like it's gonna be monumental. I really think she's been
Yeah.
crazy on her posts. Dude, she posted like an image of her with like every single title belt currently in the women's division. I'm like, are you teasing something here? Are you gonna be double belts one day? But Judgment Day's the winner for me.
Yeah,
Just
same.
because they had that shit every single Monday.
Because
Like
of the
not
summer.
even because I wanted answers about what Liv was doing, but just because every single Monday to tune in, dude, they had Monday Night Raw in the chokehold for so fucking long. That was
Yeah,
their
like
that was their show.
whenever I was watching Raw, I was like, "Ooh, I hope we get like 6 Judgment Day segments. This is so
We
fun."
did. There would literally be in between matches. They kept going backstage, kept going backstage. They were the center
And it never
stage,
felt like too much.
and
It felt
now
like just enough.
it's like they're barely getting showed less. You don't care because they keep dragging shit on. Does Finn hate Dom or does he not? We're gonna probably
They
get
should
that
have
answer
fully
soon.
broken up after SummerSlam. They
They
shouldn't have
definitely,
like
yeah, they should have broken up. Like they should just went their separate ways. Um, but yeah, they that's probably gonna be our pick and the people's pick. Because I'm thinking people are starting to get if people choose OG Bloodline, it's heavy bias. It's just because of Roman
yeah,
and CM like and Sammy and all of them. But this is probably the best because of how much more people were tuned in to Monday Night Raw over SmackDown. Because
yeah,
yeah, and also at the same time, they managed to shine a little bit more because Roman was off SmackDown, so that helped them shine a little bit more. I think.
true.
Um, this is fucked because you see this
This is
right here.
easy.
Well,
This is
we're
easy.
not picking this again, right? Wyatt Six debut on Raw is an oh my god moment of the year. Is the pretty much what the fuck of the year. It's the same thing,
Yeah, like what's the
even though
difference?
these are actually oh my god moments.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, we're not going to Wyatt Six debut on Raw is in here. We're not even going to worry about that because we just chose them for the what the fuck moment.
yeah.
Um,
No, this is easy though.
Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Now, honestly, that's probably the pick, given that we just had a
No.
debate. Oh, it's not. Okay, probably the people's pick.
No.
Maybe not mine because I'm going to look at more down here.
People's
So
pick. Go to the third on the bottom.
okay, so Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns match finish at WrestleMania is the first one. Dominic Mysterio turning on Rhea Ripley with Liv Morgan. Kevin Owens turning on Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes in October. New Day turning on that was sad though. That was fucked up. New Day turning on
That
Big
was
E on
fucked.
Raw. Tiffany Stratton's Money in the Bank. Shut up, dude. You
It was
like
a good cash in.
it
The run
was,
was
but
bad, but the
like
cash in was
the
good.
build up was terrible.
Yeah.
Damian Priest. Now this one was this one was crazy. Damian Priest Money in the Bank cash in on Drew McIntyre. I saw it coming because it was getting close to the end, but it was still cool. We're skipping over you. Braun Breaker spearing Actual Speed at the Royal Rumble. Nah, I mean yeah, but Bronson Reed hitting a tsunami. I why isn't Bronson Reed's fucking Seth Rollins shit here? That was pretty cool. Yeah, John Cena turning on Cody Rhodes at WWE Elimination Chamber.
That's what wins.
That's probably going to be the pick. Roman Reigns returning was insane. And then Io Sky, which is the recent one, beating Rhea Ripley to become Women's World Champion. It's definitely Cena turning on Cody.
Yeah, not even
Not
close.
a
Like,
single soul in the fucking world saw this happening. I don't know if I was the only one, but people were thinking Cody was gonna give into this shit and turn heel. But the opposite happened. Probably gonna be talked about for the next 20, 30 years. Like
yeah.
this is what it felt like when Stone Cold turned heel, even though that was the worst heel run ever. It just that is the most insane thing you're going to be talking about your children about, and that's my pick, and I hope that's the people's pick. It probably will be. They snuck that in there for a reason. They want that to win. All of these are good because that Cody Rhodes ending match with Roman was great, and I didn't think anything could beat it. And then Elimination Chamber happened,
Yeah.
so we know our pick. I ain't got to say any more with that.
Yeah.
Most memorable entrance. Okay.
This
Um,
is also easy for me.
I wish they would specify because this just says just WrestleMania. And literally, he's
It's
had
fucking.
three. I'm guessing it's 41. I mean, 40.
It's the 41 where he's like wearing that mask. You remember, like night
Yeah.
2 where he wears the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jey Uso on Raw. No, I'm sorry. Listen,
Yeah. No.
I'm not afraid to say this. I have a little bit of a problem with Travis Scott. And
I do too.
it's many things. No, it isn't all about the damn concert he had. There's controversy with him. There's a lot of shit. But just him, I get it that he's also going to be one of the main. It's been confirmed today that he's going to be one of the main themes of WrestleMania right next to the weekend. I just don't like him. There's just like there's some
Me
people that
neither.
you're allowed to have opinions of that. Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, that was a good moment. That's when his new theme debuted. Um the choir and everything and the orchestra. That was a pretty good cover of his song, and now that's his main theme today. The Rock at WrestleMania. I want to know if that was the
I
tag
don't.
match or when he came out during the match. I don't think it. No, it
It
might
might
have
be
been.
a
It might
tag
have been his
match.
tag match. But that honestly, his his
I don't
his
remember it, so it's
no,
clearly
it was
not.
just him coming out to the final boss theme and then him just doing his shit. It's the same kind of thing. Melee at WrestleMania.
No.
No, it was the debut of Role Model, and I don't like that theme.
Yeah. Awful
I
theme.
like Deliverance better.
Worst theme in the entire thing, in my opinion. Like, not
Randy
even
Orton
close.
at Bash in Berlin.
I don't even remember.
I feel like
Yeah, I
that was
remember
just a
the
regular
crowd singing it.
entrance. But
It is, but the crowd was really
I
good
think
for it.
everyone was singing it though, like loud and
Yeah.
proud. Um,
Yeah.
Seth Rollins at WrestleMania with the Philadelphia Mummers Band. Yeah, that was cool. Him coming
Yeah.
out there with those people like dressed up like that. Yeah. Sami Zayn in Montreal with Jey Uso. I don't remember that.
Me neither.
And then Sami Zayn at WrestleMania with Kevin Owens and Chad Gate. I don't remember
That's my
half of
pick.
these. We came out with Kevin Owens and No, wait, he came out with
No.
Kevin.
Remember, he was going through. Okay, I love this moment because he's entering. This is like his big moment to fight Gunther and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
And he's like going through all of his like friends. There's Jimmy, Jay. Sorry, not Jimmy. There's Jay. There's like his family that he sees before he goes out. Then he sees Chad Gable, who like gives him a last minute pep talk. And then he fucking sees Kevin Owens right before he
Oh
walks out
yeah,
to
he's
face Gunther.
it's when they I don't know if that's when they introduced it, but it's when they I think it is when they introduced the whole backstage one shot camera where
Yeah.
he goes all the way through the people and then he goes out there and his themes. Yeah, that was a good one. Logan Paul at SummerSlam with MGK. Listen, I respect you, Logan Paul, for what you do with the business. You respect the business. Like, just I can't. Dominic Mysterio at WWE Bad Blood with Liv Morgan, the Lowrider. That was fucking cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. Drew
True.
McIntyre at the Clash of the Castle. Is this when he? I don't even remember what he did.
Like a band for him, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, okay. Um.
It was no, it was like bagpipes. They played bagpipes.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that now. Like these are good. In between, like this, just for the camera work alone, the Sami Zayn one is a big choice for me. With Cody Rhodes, that was such a sick entrance, and so was Roman. I don't know. I'm looking towards the Sami Zayn one because it's like that
Hell
camera work
yeah.
coming out. Like that was just so damn cool. Because they were in Canada, right?
No, WrestleMania 40
Wait.
was in Philadelphia.
So this was WrestleMania 40. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to remember. I thought there was two instances. No, because I remember now, the Sami Zayn in Montreal. Remember, like Jay is walking through. They do because these two right here both rely on the camera work. Because I remember Jey Uso just got done with a match. The camera follows him backstage. He walks through the crowd. You remember that guy that tries to take a selfie with him, and Jay pushes him out of the way. He
Yeah.
walks out to the front, and Sammy's looking up at this because this is where Sammy, I think, I don't know if like he won something there, but it was like such memorable to him. He's like, "What you doing, Oos? What are you looking out here for?" And then Sammy walks through, and then he goes out to the arena. But I don't think he was in a match. I think he just went out there to talk. But the next one, WrestleMania, that's what I think I'm thinking of. I don't know if he came out the same way,
He did.
but I still think he did.
Kind of like he like walks like through the backstage in like the one shot and like
Okay.
greets every one of his like friends on the way.
Okay. So then, yeah, I would probably choose this one just for that, like, that camera work alone is iconic. So Sami Zayn at WrestleMania with Kevin Owens and Chad Gable before Chad turned heel, because Chad
Yeah.
was like his trainer for this. Chad turned heel, I think, pretty much after Mania. So
After
yeah,
WrestleMania.
yeah, because they could because he gave Chad a chance and he beat Chad, and whoo,
Also, these are
mother,
easy for me. I'm be honest.
male superstar of the year. Oh yeah, we're on the last two categories. Male superstar of the year. I love how females first, like they know. um, oh god. Our choices: Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Gunther, CM Punk, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, and Seth Rollins. I mean, like, wouldn't it not be Cody?
Yeah, that's my choice easily.
Because yeah, it's like this year has been his year. This man has showed up every night, every day. I mean, because honestly, CM Punk's big break was at the very end of 2024, and now his big break will probably be this year.
Yeah.
Um, Drew, yeah, as a heel. Jay,
Well, it would
d-
be Drew if the like if he didn't start like fucking getting rolled up during this like at the start of 2025.
uh,
Like start of 2025 really fucked him over. To
if they
be
if
honest.
they if they'd lengthened Damian Priest, he would have been, because I really thought he was gonna be that center for a while. But I did kind of see like, yeah, he wasn't gonna last until SummerSlam, which made sense for me. CM
Yeah.
Punk half that year, not even half, like a beginning a bit was injured, so he couldn't do anything. Gunther, he was already IC title champion, or he was already IC champion, so he already really had his breakout moment. And Roman was gone for half the year, came back. He's been off and on, so he really is starting back up now. So it's definitely Cody. And Seth Rollins, he's been more putting over people than anything.
Yeah.
So,
Agreed.
well, yeah, I already have a choice for this shit, and I don't know if it's like
Same.
it's probably between these two, isn't it? Or
No,
it's
for me it's between Liv and EO, but I have to go Liv.
Okay. So yeah, choices: Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bailey, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, and Io. I love how Io Sky's in fucking like bold. Like I love how Io Sky in every single one of them is literally in capital letters. But I guess that's because no, even if yeah, I love how her name is in capital letters in every single fucking thing. Um, she's the genius of the sky. For me, yeah, it would be Liv.
Her
Liv.
2024 was fucking incredible. Like, even if she didn't really feud with like anybody except Rhea, and that was like kind of wasted potential, but
Yeah, her
she just
her main
oh
focus was manipulating Dominic, even though it seemed like that was to fool us fans because it seemed like she was hanging around them a lot and they had already given in because that's where it led to Finn, betraying Damien. It obviously felt like there was some shit like slowly happening behind the scenes before they started like showing up on screen. It was always a ploy because even he faked, told her he hated her and she, um but yeah, she definitely stole it. She definitely leaned into her heel work. She got a lot better. She was pretty much made for a role like that. Dominic has become a lucky man. um, it really sucks to me that he isn't on either of these lists. Besides being in a cage, he'll definitely get on there next year.
better.
He'll definitely get on there next year. I really hope he goes to Mania. I really hope he becomes IC champion. He definitely deserves it.
Same. Give
But
my boy a main roster title, please.
but that is the end of our list. I guess we can. I guess I can go through them again, just like quickly, and say what we chose, just to like give a
Yeah.
refresh. But the breakout superstar of the year we chose was Braun Breaker. The social
Well,
star.
we chose
Well,
Jacob
okay,
Fatu.
okay. Oh my bad. Jacob Fox. Okay, okay. I'll say our pick, and then the people, the what we think the people pick was. So we picked Jacob Fatu, uh, and then I had believed that or we believed that the pick of the people would be Braun Breaker. We both chose Drew McIntyre for Social Star of the Year, which we believe the people would choose. The WTF Moment of the Year, we both picked the Wyatt Six. We were kind of mixed, but hopefully they chose the Wyatt Six, given that it was the biggest debut of the year, even though it slowly turned poor. Hopefully they still chose that. The Match of the Year, we chose. Oh no, we were mixed. I chose
Yeah.
CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, and you chose Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, and I I personally believe that they chose CM Punk. I think you did as well, or did you choose Roman and Cody?
I think they probably chose CM Punk.
Yeah, okay. NXT Superstar of the Year, I went for Ethan Page.
So did I.
Yeah, okay. Um, Potentially the fans might be choosing Obafemi or Roxanne Perez, given about their title reigns being a bit longer, but hopefully Ethan Page might have been the pick. Rivalry of the year, we chose CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, and I'm really hoping that you know the fans did as well. Tag team of the year was definitely Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. We both chose.
Mm-hmm.
Also believe that'll be the fan pick since they were like on screen all the time. Just the center of the women's tag team division pretty much made the women's tag team division matter more because in the past it wasn't. Um, they probably had the most defenses of
Elevated
the
it.
women's. Yeah, they elevated it for sure. Need Liv Morgan and Raquel to defend it more. They probably will, but
There's no one to defend it against.
yeah, there's no one really to defend it against. Yeah, to be honest. From what I know, Katana Chance and Caden Carter are back. They were in a house match, I think, recently. So I think
Also
they're.
on Raw.
Oh, it was on Raw. Okay, they're back. So they're fully back. Um, don't know if they're going to get a title shot, but they're the only people that I know would since they're on Raw.
Yeah.
You'd have to start making made up tag teams in order to fight Liv and Rhea, but or Liv and Raquel. So, faction of the year, we chose Judgment Day, given of their long tenured from 2024, 2025, putting Monday Night Raw in a chokehold. Definitely see that as the fans pick. Oh my God, moment of the year. Uh, John Cena turning on Cody Rhodes at WWE Elimination Chamber. That's definitely the fans' pick as well. Most jaw dropping moment of the entire year. And the year is not
Yeah.
even fully started. Most memorable entrance would be Sami Zayn at WrestleMania with Kevin Owens and Chad Gable. You know, the camera work, you know, the hype everyone was going for because they believed that he was going to dethrone Gunther, and he did. Male Superstar of the Year, Cody Rhodes. Dude's
Yeah.
been on fire. Every rivalry he's been in, he's been killing it. Can't wait to see what happens at Mania. It's been crazy so far with their promos. Well, recently this week, um, definitely going to get better. Female Superstar of the Year, Liv Morgan. Definitely captivated. And yeah, Cody Rhodes will be their pick, but definitely captivated 100%. The was the main woman for a while, like before Tiffany. Like Tiffany was the main woman, but as the champion, like Liv was carrying Monday Night Raw in the women's division. Definitely
True.
become a leader for sure. And yeah, that is our 2025 Slammys Fan Choice Award and predictions. Hopefully, these are the choices. I want to make an honorable mention of the rivalry part. I'm so glad that where's the rivalries? The so glad that Jimmy and Jay are not in there. That was not because I'm telling you right now that had so much potential, but they did not know where to go with that shit.
Yeah.
Just honestly, because like, what are we doing here? Like, they didn't know at all what to really do. But I mean, I honestly got no clue. They could have done so much better. Super Kick Central, Super Kick City, you know. But that's our choices. Of course, I know everyone else will have different choices. If you want, you can leave them on our comments on YouTube, comments on Spotify. Um, what your picks would be for each of these categories. Great categories. I some people are missing that I'm kind of thinking of here. They'll definitely be hopefully thrown in on there next year. Um, but yeah, that is our list. I know we're going to be
We're
wrapping up
tired.
here. We're definitely tired. It's almost 2 a.m. my time, probably 12 his time. We're definitely tired. Do you have any before we wrap up? Do you have any more final thoughts or anything before we get the hell out of here?
Um, yeah, let me just speed run through this. Um, fuck. Uh, Sorry, I'm really tired, folks.
Just falling
First
asleep.
draft, there was the Bloodborne co-op game that looks cool. There was the Donkey Kong like Mario Odyssey looking game that looks
Oh,
cool, and they're also Moo Moo is in Mario Kart 9. That's all I needed to say, and we will see you all later, folks. Peace.
yeah. Uh, yeah, for sure. And remember, just follow us on our socials. Follow me at I am Ripper22 on YouTube. Him at Krodok on and Krodok55 on Twitch. I am RedBeard22 on Twitter. Um, and we will see you all next week. Next week we're doing wrestling trivia. We'll be doing some like random online trivia about wrestling. See how smart we are, how fast we are. But yeah, we're tired. We're gonna catch you all in the next one. We are the Beard Bros. Peace.